welcome to another live stream. It's been a little while since I live streamed last, but yeah, welcome to the 3-year anniversary live stream. Now, today isn't the anniversary. It was last Friday, but as you may have seen with the post, I had to postpone it because I was sick. But now that that's all gone, we can do a stream today. So before we get started in the stream, we'll just go over a little bit of what we're going to do in the stream, as well as a few other little housekeeping things. So first things first, I just want to mention that I have a couple of other YouTube channels that I kind of want to try and grow this year. One is a gaming channel, The Walrus Jedi Gaming. And, I've uploaded a few videos over there. I just had one come out today on a Donkey Kong 64. So you can check that out after the stream. And as well as the other channel is a pop culture channel where, I'll review movies and other things about pop culture. There won't be much Star Wars, if any, on there because I have a dedicated Star Wars channel. But yeah, other than that, there's links in the description to both of those if you are interested. Now for the stream, for about the first, hour or so, I will be going over some of my old videos and just kind of reacting to them and seeing how much I've improved over time. So then after that, we'll be doing a Mount Rushmore of Star Wars. The 4 Star Wars characters that that have to be on there. I think that'll be a fun discussion. And then after that will be controversial Star Wars opinions. So feel free to put controversial opinions in the comments, as well as I'm going to be answering questions throughout the stream. There will be a question section at the end, so feel free to ask any question you want. It does not have to be Star Wars related. All right. Before we watch stuff, let's check out the comments. All right. What do we have for Autotech says, wasn't there an anthropomorphic walrus in one of those Max Rebo comics in Star Wars Tales? Maybe that's your channel icon species. There may have been, I don't know. I haven't read Star Wars Tales, but maybe. All right, Nazo says, Sue Kugar, dark greetings and hello there. Hello. Nazo also says, gave the Pop Culture One a subscription. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy it. I'll try and be consistent with uploads on there about once a week. Autotech says, okay, this is a question. All right, Nazos, I don't keep up much with pop culture. If I do, I'm selective. Yeah, I think that's fair. All right. And with that, I think we'll begin with, well, first let's share the screen. Let's see. Share screen. All right. Okay. All right. So the first video we'll watch is, the first video on this comic review. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. I can already tell. Well, let's begin. All right, let's restart.
Hello, and welcome to the video. I am the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video, we will be talking Star Wars comics. We will be starting with the first of the mainline Star Wars run, Skywalker Strikes.
Awesome. This was a weird choice. I'll admit, when starting out a channel, you know, I can't even remember exactly why I decided this to be the first video, as I don't know, but yeah, this is what I decided to upload first. So that's kind of weird, but I think part of it was I had a bunch of these laying around, so I was like, oh, I could make a video reviewing each of these. That shouldn't be too hard. Now, mind you, this camera setup, this is my phone attached to a piece of cardboard and like tape and all that, and sitting on top of a bookcase. Yeah, as you can see on the right, there's a bookcase right there. So it's sitting on top. So you have this top-down view, since I didn't have any, because this is, the first video. So yeah. All right, let's continue.
There's the writer and artist and that.
Man, look at the crappy lighting.
All right. I'm just going to flip through some pages for you to see the art and that. But yeah, this story is basically Han, Luke, and Leia. They have to infiltrate a Imperial weapons factory on Cymoon 1.
Oh, how exciting. Yeah. So these comics are not the greatest. They just really, they ended up being a lot of just kind of filler. There wasn't a lot of substantive things that happen, like in the EU, where in the books, certain characters could die or get married and have a family. But in this, you kind of have to maintain the status quo. This is just after A New Hope. So not a whole lot can happen. And some of the adventures are kind of just, oh, Han, Luke, and Leia do this little rebel adventure. So, I mean, I don't know. Wasn't the greatest. Yeah. Let's continue.
And
ooh, Darth Vader.
Just mow down stormtroopers and that. Luke finds some slaves to rescue. And eventually Darth Vader comes.
Fascinating.
And, pretty average stuff.
I mean, at least in this, the art isn't horrendous, but it's not the greatest. But this, the art doesn't even maintain this. It gets wonky. And then there's even some books that it almost looks like a little kid was drawing it. The art is so simple and not great to look at. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get into that today, but yeah, the Dr. Aphra line wasn't very good, both art and story.
Han and Leia, they steal an AT-AT to get out of the factory.
Darth Vader confrontation already? Fight. That's stupid.
Some slaves die. Meanwhile, the Millennium Falcon is getting torn apart by these weird octopus dudes. C-3PO is used.
This isn't as bad as I was expecting for the first video. but obviously it's not great. The lighting isn't the greatest, but you can still see the art and most of that. So that's good. But yeah, it's I don't know. All right,
What's
let's
this?
flip. I might skip a little bit just since he's going through the story. Or I guess I'm
General
going through the
destruction
story.
ensues.
Hmm.
Vader basically destroys the
Yeah.
AT-AT.
And this book is a collection of I believe 5 comics, which I think is kind of like a little story arc. I didn't hate everything I read in these Disney Star Wars comics, but most of it was just garbage. Um, I didn't enjoy really any of it. Um, that they're at the same time they had a Darth Vader. Well, maybe we'll watch that video, but let's
Luke's off joyriding on a speeder bike.
joyriding on a speeder bike. Dude, I'm just flipping each
Pulling down
page.
stormtroopers. And
Maybe occasionally
like,
I'll skip a couple of pages. Come on, like pick this up, dude.
then he blows up the factory and they escape. The Falcon.
Maybe it's some of the other videos that I remember being awful. This isn't the worst
Darth
thing
Vader.
I've watched on YouTube.
He goes to Tatooine to rough up Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, look, you can't even see Jabba because of the light.
They have some banter back and forth.
Yeah, that banter wasn't
We
very
find out
good.
that
So, yeah, just not the most interesting storyline. There are some interesting things later on in this comic run, but I don't know, man. It's just boring, a boring choice. Yeah.
Vader has requisitioned 2 bounty
All right,
hunters
let's
from Jabba
let's
the Hutt.
fast forward through the
two
book.
missions.
Oh,
Back at the leaves, he heads to Tatooine to see if
okay.
Luke
Boba Fett.
Obi-Wan
Ooh.
left him anything.
Man, that doesn't look
there.
bad.
And then we find out that Boba Fett is the one looking for the
What?
person that blew up the Death Star. And as we all know, that is Luke Skywalker. So he's
What?
in a bar,
The comic still is not done. Good heck. We'll just skip through. But yeah, so does this, I think this focuses a little bit more on, holy crap. Okay, we'll just go there.
On said planet, apparently Han Solo had used this place for smuggling before.
Man, just watching this brings back so many memories. I don't know why there's a black screen, but just remind, because at this time I hadn't delved really into the EU, because this is what, like January of 2023. So I would have I have read some EU at that point, but I hadn't read any Han Solo. So my thoughts on Han Solo were vastly different than they are now. Yeah, it's interesting. What's going on?
All right.
Black screen. What the?
This ship lands where Han and Leia were, and we come to find
Okay.
out that apparently Han
Interesting.
Solo
Oh,
was married
look.
to
Han
someone
Solo's
named Sana.
girlfriend. Or whatever.
All right. And Luke finds a journal of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right, it's almost done.
Boba Fett reports back to Darth Vader that the name of the person that blew up the Death Star is Skywalker. And that is where this ends. Overall, I thought this was a pretty lame story.
Yes.
I didn't think it was too good. As you can see, the art is fine.
All right. We'll stop sharing for a minute. Okay. So yeah, that's the first video that uploaded on my channel. And yeah, it was an interesting thing. All right, let's see. Answer some. Holy crap! There's loads of comments. Okay. Yes, that was Disney. I started the channel with Disney stuff. Well, that was, it was, I had that stuff and I was collecting it at the time, but I don't even know why, because in 2023 wasn't like, oh, I loved the prequel or the sequels rather. Um, I think the only thing that I really liked Disney canon wise that at that time was The Mandalorian and Jedi Fallen Order. I guess Rebels was fine then too, but I think that's it. Um, his early days, yes, it was my early days. I have not two nice things to say. I think it'd be cool to show a character from after the film came out, and I also like the fact that Luke has his yellow jacket. Yeah, I think that was a good thing, utilizing that a little bit, which is good. In the EU, he kept Luke in his farm boy outfit and posted New Hope content, but I think the yellow jacket suits. I agree with that. I like the yellow jacket. Borrowed from Han Solo since Luke's stuff burned. Probably. Or he bought it at an outpost that they had on Yavin 4. Maybe. Who knows? Luke probably got his clothes from the local rebels on Yavin. I think this is the series that gave us one of Darth Vader's coolest lines ever, surrounded by fear and dead men. Love or hate Disney, that line was epic. Maybe. Honestly, it's been a long time since I delved into that. And that might have been from the Darth Vader series. Fun fact, Walrus. In the books and comics, if a character did not appear in the prequels, say like a Jedi Council member anymore, they were allowed to kill them in other media. That's cool. I think that's a good thing. But yeah, in Disney canon, the books and comics are basically just fluff. Tell whoever wants to tell, because they can get overridden all the time. Let's see. I think there's a type of Imperial tank in the back of this comic, in the background, which is then never seen again. Most likely. Hello, Calcite. As far as I remember, in the EU before Empire Strikes Back, Luke had only one confrontation with Vader. From what I've read of these comics, I think he has a handful. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure the book this comic, it's not that long after A New Hope. I think maybe a few weeks. So he essentially has a confrontation with Darth Vader a few weeks after New Hope, according to this continuity, which, all right, don't count the Marvel one because it was actually Baron Tag. Okay, so he didn't fight the real Vader, but still confronted him face to face. Yeah, I meant legit. Okay. Random bikini girl after that. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a Survivor video getting recommended, but I could be wrong. No, Star Wars related question. Have you played Dispatch? Oh, I'll answer. No, I can answer that now. Have I played Dispatch? I have not. I have watched a little bit of gameplay of Dispatch, so I do know what it is. But no, I haven't played it, and I don't think I'm really interested in it. It was okay from what I saw, I guess. And then Calcite. Yeah, I had a few Disneyified versions, but that's just it. Yeah. Well, at this time, I've kind of cleaned out most of the Disney canon stuff. Yeah, I don't think I got rid of any Lego sets that I had, which wasn't a lot, but yeah. So I don't even think I have. I think the only Disney canon stuff I own now is Jedi, what's it called? Jedi Fallen Order, and I think that's it. I get you. I mention it for your pop culture channel since the game is pretty hot right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let's see what the next video could be. Let's see what to watch. Let's watch something different. As a comic, we could watch my Mando trailer reaction. That's a minute and 40 seconds. I think we'll hurry and do that. That's pretty short. Feel free to make a suggestion if you see a video that you would like to react. Oh, let's hurry and read these. On that note, I finished reading Phantom Menace. Wow, this changes what the film had presented. It's not bad. The novelizations of the prequels, in my opinion, just get better as you read through. Hope on your gaming channel I get to see you try the Mass Effect trilogy. Oh, I do have Mass Effect trilogy news. I bought it because as it was on sale for Christmas. So I do own it. And I started it, I don't know, a week ago. Now, mind you, I only played like an hour, but it's fun. I like KOTOR, so the RPG stuff should be fun. So yeah, I don't know if I'll play it on the channel. Sometimes it's nice to play a game for just you, but I will definitely. I probably will make some kind of content for it. So I actually have a sibling who's in the group sequel trilogy good, prequel trilogy bad. Oh, that's unfortunate. Imagine having a big brother who dubs the coolest Star Wars comics and having such a bad take. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's watch that. But yeah. Okay, we'll hurry and just watch that. Shouldn't be too long.
Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Walrus Jedi, and today I will be talking the Mando Season 3 trailer. Overall, I thought the trailer looked pretty good.
Man, I can barely hear it. Man, look at that lovely blurry picture. And obviously I could have had the trailer running in the background at least a little.
It showed several things. Mando and Grogu hanging out in his N1 starfighter. He goes to Navarro and Tatooine. And
man, this is a riveting video. But yeah, at the time I was excited for this show because I liked season 1, I liked season 2. I was really looking forward to the Mandalorian aspect, not Grogu, because I thought Grogu was awesome. I was getting a little sick of, oh look, the camera would pan to Grogu so he could do some cute dumb thing. That was getting old. But it was the Mandalorian aspect that I think I was most interested in this show. So yeah, and we were supposed, and obviously it shows off going to Mandalore, but yeah.
And we see shots of Mandalore, which looked really cool. And
show it then, please.
We see many Mandalorians in this trailer, which is really cool if you like Mandalorians. And we see a little shot of Jedi, and I assume that's a Grogu flashback. And we also
Oh yeah, what was that? Is this the one where where we see Grogu during Order 66? Oh, yeah, I haven't watched this since it came out, but yeah, this season is just so disappointing. It's unfortunate. But yeah, but don't worry, we got Jack Black and Lizzo in an episode. How awesome. Ooh, is that the it's probably the worst episode of season 3, but then again there was the anyways.
So see a shot of what looks like Coruscant when Carson Teva is talking to Mando, I
Oh
presume.
yeah, that's Coruscant.
And
It looks a
at the
little
end,
prequel-y,
Grogu
which is nice. I
force
like that
pushes
aesthetic.
an alien. So overall, I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm excited for March 1st.
Oh,
What is-
poor Walrus. You were disappointed. You didn't know you'd be so disappointed in a few months from then. But yeah, is there anything of substance left in the
What do
video?
you think about the trailer? Let me know down in the comments.
No.
If you like.
Okay. Yeah. So that was that. A simple thing. Not the greatest. All right. Hope you're enjoying. Yep. To this day, I still haven't watched a single live action Star Wars TV show. You are not missing out on anything. Because basically, none of them have been that great. Let me know when you get to the EU comics. I want to discuss those badly, even the ones I hate. Oh, well, I just recently made a video going over the Dawn of the Jedi stuff because I finished those, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Dawn of the Jedi comics, but yeah, I will definitely. Yeah, now I'm on to Tales, so that's good. That should be a lot better. Mando started out well, but yeah, the Grogu stuff just got repetitive. Yep, and I'm sure we're gonna get tons of it in the movie. All right, wait, I didn't watch the show, but I did buy that Lego set with Ahmed Best, Grogu, and the 501st clones. Oh, you did? Yeah, that was for season 3, I believe. Yeah, Ahmed Best is a Jedi in that. So, yeah, because he's the one that rescues Grogu from the clone troopers and all that. So, yeah, it was so exciting. Just saw you have a vid up for Dawn of the Jedi comics. Holy crap. Start low. Yeah. Fun fact, the writer of the beloved Dawn of the Jedi series, John Ostrander, had a cameo in one of my comic dubs. Oh, did he? That's cool. Crazy to think the guy who invented Ayla Secura, Quinlan Voss, Parasite, and the Suicide Squad knows who I am. Yeah. Strander, nice. Yep. That's cool. The Deveron version. Oh, okay. I watched the Deveronian version thing. Thought that was kind of fun. Yeah. All right. Let's find the next video. All right, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's see. Ooh, Bad Batch. Oh boy, what a fun video. Let's see. Oh, should we watch the first EU thing on the channel, which just so happens to be a review of Hard Contact? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think that'll do.
Hello, and welcome to the channel. This is the Walrus Jedi. Today, we will be talking Star Wars, The Republic Commando, Hard Contact by Karen Traviss.
For those who are spoiler conscious, I will read the back of the book,
Oh yeah.
and you can leave after that if you don't want spoilers. As the Clone Wars rage, victory or defeat lies in the hands of elite squads that take on the toughest assignments in the galaxy.
This is an interesting choice. Of course, the reason that this was the first EU book reviewed on the channel was obviously I had just finished it because I was that's where I was at the reading because for some reason I thought it was a good idea to read the EU books in chronological order. Yeah, so yeah, I enjoyed these Republic Commando books.
Galaxy, stone cold soldiers who go where no one else would to do what no one else could. On a mission to sabotage a nanovirus research facility on a separatist-held planet, 4 clone troopers operate under the very noses of their enemies. The commandos are outnumbered and outgunned, deep behind enemy lines with no backup, and working with strangers instead of trusted.
That's one thing I can definitively say now is when I'm using pictures or screenshots, I go out of my way to make sure they look good, that they're not blurry. But sometimes you still can't get a great shot. And the thing with some things in books is obviously sometimes there's no artwork of that thing. So I can't even remember what this is supposed to be. I think it's the those creatures that are like that help them on some of the missions. Like I think they're like, are they shapeshifter creatures? I can't remember what they're called, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've read this.
Teammates. Matters don't improve when Darman, the squad's demolitions expert, gets cut off from the others during planetfall. Even Darman's apparent good luck in meeting a Jedi Padawan vanishes once she admits to her woeful inexperience. For the isolated clone commandos and stranded Jedi, a long, dangerous journey lies ahead, through hostile territory brimming with Trandoshan slavers, separatists, and suspicious natives. A single misstep could mean discovery and death. It's a virtual suicide mission for anyone.
Suicide mission for anyone. Interesting. Yeah, the great series. I know it's controversial for the Etain stuff, and when I was reading it, I'll be honest, I don't think I was paying attention to that aspect fully because I think I was just enjoying the Mandalorian stuff and the clone stuff. That I think I kind of overlooked some of the weird stuff with Etain and Darman. But Etain is the worst character in this series. She makes dumb decisions almost all the time. I didn't care when she died. And that whole thing is stupid. Oh, not a great character in the slightest.
Anyone except Republic Commandos. All right, now let's talk characters. Omega Squad. It's made up of Niner, 5, Darman, and Atton. Niner's the sergeant of the squad, and he usually keeps the squad on task. Fi is the squad funny man. Darman is the demolitions expert, as stated previously, of the squad. And he's also a viewpoint character. And then there's Atton. He's the slicer. The squad.
Slicer. And it's kind of the same makeup as Delta Squad, which probably makes sense because each squad has those members so they could go, do the missions. But obviously you don't have the exact, obviously the sergeant, I believe, he's not always the strict, severe, serious one. And, you don't have, well, they probably always have a someone there to keep it light and joke and stuff like that. Because in serious times, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of levity to help ease and take your mind off the serious stuff. So yeah, all right. Let's much longer in the video. Let's just
all part of different squads, but they lost their brothers, so they got mashed together to form Omega Squad. Then there's Etain Tur Mukan, who is the Jedi Padawan. She's a human female. She's on Kalura. She and her master, Fulier, they came to Kalura to help the locals, and she and Darman, they get close in this book. Then there is Janart, a female Gurlanin, a species native to Kalura. She helps the Republic as a spy on Kalura. Then there is Valakil, who is a male Gurlanin, and he is the mate of Janart.
That's interesting. Of course, this is just the first book. It's the least weird Etain stuff. So, yeah. Now that's all I have to say right there.
Then you have Gez Hoken, who's a Mandalorian, and he's in charge of the Separatist lab on Kalura, and he's the antagonist of the book. He's also a viewpoint character, and Etain is a viewpoint character, by the way. This book I thought was great. The story of commandos going to Kalura to take out a Separatist lab developing a bioweapon that affects clones, I thought was a pretty good commando mission. Overall, I thought this was a great book. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. What did you think of Hard Contact? Tell me in the comments.
We don't need to continue with that. All right. Interesting. All right, what do we got? Let's see. All right. The first EU thing on a channel sounds like a good milestone. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think it was bad that, of course, some people, might say that this is the first EU thing you talk about. But, yeah, well, you have to start somewhere, don't you? Just read Boba Fett to Blood Ties. And next I'll be moving on to some more Legacy. You're delving into Legacy. That's pretty cool. That's probably one of the comic series that I think is the most intriguing from what I've heard people say. Nanovirus, is that a reference to Tides of Terror, the comic where Ayla and Kit Fisto kiss? Probably not. I don't think so. I think it's maybe it could be. Early in the war, yeah, they tried to end the war early with different viruses, Hard Contact, Tides of Terror, and Blast Radius. All right, cool. Actually, I got to ask around, is it bad that I used some sound effects that were created for Disney Canon in my comic dubs? Probably not. I think it's fine if you want to use some sound effects. I think that's pretty harmless. If I got replaced by Core, who was funnier? Yeah, Core was the one that had fake hands because he got him blown off, if I remember rightly. So. Also, I got paid to compose music from some Disney Star Wars comic dubs and reused that in my own EU dubs. That's fine. You were basically doing a job at that point. Started Republic Commando, but didn't get very far because I kept getting killed by the game. Yeah, that is a fun game. I'm not someone that's into FPS games very much, but I do enjoy that. So, yeah, yeah, and yes, I enjoyed the Republic Commando game more than Halo Combat Evolved. Ooh, controversial, I'm sure. Used Throne's theme from Rebels as his theme for Heir to the Empire. Yeah, that's true. Just Rey's Tross lightsaber sound for orange. And, All right. Sadly, I'm not sure if they will bring back the EU, as Matt Wilkins has talked with other people with people there, and they have no future plans. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Why is? Yeah, you know what? That Christmas background can just stay at this point. It's been 40 minutes like that, so no point changing it. All right. Okay, we'll probably do 2 more videos and then we'll move on. So as to, yeah, Autotech and Nazo, do you want to, after the video part, do you want to hop on the stream? Yeah, feel free to do that if you want. The link is in the Discord. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. All right, so we're gonna fast forward some time. Let's see. Oh, should we? No, let's skip more. Let's see. Let's maybe watch. Yeah, let's not pick something long. Yeah, and some of these are longer than I thought. Oh, let's watch this. Top 10 Star Wars villains. Or no, let's watch something from last or 2024, which would be come on. Yeah, I gotta fast forward more, man. Untold Clone Wars arcs. All right. Man, look at all that stuff. Let's see. Something. Oh, should we watch Caravan of Courage? It's okay, sure. It's from. Oh. What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video, I will be talking about Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure. And this movie was released November 25th, 1984 on ABC. And it's set 3 ABY, or 3 years after the Battle of Yavin, and about a year. I feel like already this is an improvement over the stuff. Got a little bit of music, although I don't think I have music throughout the whole video yet. Just intro and outro, I think, at this point. But even the pictures look better. So that's good. Yeah. Let's continue. Before Return of the Jedi. If you like this video, then please consider liking and subscribing for more. And there will be spoilers for this movie, so yeah. All right, the characters, you have Sindel Tawani, Mace Tawani, Katarine Tawani, Jeremit Tawani. You have Wicket, and then you have the Gorax. You know, he's the evil bad guy. And then you have Deej. He's the leader of the caravan. Oh, is this where? Weechi. He is Deej's elder son. These Ewok movies, they're interesting. yeah, not obviously not my favorite thing. I'm not a big Ewok person. I don't hate them, but they got a lot of content back in the '80s, which probably makes sense considering they were probably pretty popular with kids from that time. So naturally, you get an animated series and a couple of Ewok movies. So yeah, and they even got comics as well. So
Whittle is the younger son of
Whittle.
Deej. And then you have Chuckatrock. He is a woodsman. You have Kank, the
Oh.
priestess. And now onto the story. Basically, the Tawane family crash lands on
the
Endor,
trailer, cool.
and the parents get kidnapped by the
Oh, the
Gorax,
quality.
and
Can't
the
even
kids
see
get
anything.
rescued by the Ewoks. And they heal Sindel, who is sick. They go to Logray to go on a quest, and they are each given an item that will help them on their journey. And yeah, and then through their journey, they recruit 2 Ewoks. You have Chukka.
You know, these movies remind me a little bit of what's it called? Willow. I feel like there's a little bit of some similarities between the two. So yeah, I enjoyed Willow, but these movies I didn't as much. Probably because these are set in Star Wars and they're riding on horses and they've got all sorts of stuff like that. It just didn't feel like Star Wars. It doesn't even really look like Endor.
Brock, he's the woodsman. And then you have Kank, who basically serves as the magic user of the party. And they go on their journey. They go through the desert. Very little happens. Mace touches some magic water, gets trapped in the water. So Wicket uses his item, which is a magic stick. They pull him out. Whoop-de-doo. And then Mace's magical item is a rock that has a little arrowhead in it that'll guide him to the entrance. They find the entrance, blow it up, go in there. They see their parents, rescue them, defeat the Gorax.
At least when I was watching this, I wasn't bored like some of the Disney Star Wars, Disney Plus shows. They're kind of boring sometimes. But yeah, at least this was lighthearted fun for the most part. So yeah, kind of a shame I didn't watch these as a kid because I would have enjoyed these as a kid. Not as an adult the first time watching them.
And some other spiders and things. And then they get back to the Ewok village, and that's the end. Really, it's pretty simple. So yeah, what I liked. It's cool to see a little bit more of the Ewok village and kind of a little bit more of Ewok culture. That's really cool. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of it, I guess. And now what I didn't like, they use real animals like horses and goats and like ferrets in this movie, which this isn't Earth, so that doesn't really fit with all that. So
I still agree with all that. Just doesn't make sense when you have horses and real animals like that in Star Wars because it's not Earth.
That's kind of my only gripe with this. It's personally, I was a little bored watching this. It's a little boring at parts. And I would have preferred that more of the movie would have been an adventure, not because it's like a third of the way through the movie at least when they finally get on the journey. So yeah. Oh well, it's okay. Could be better, but it is what it is. Yeah, so overall, I don't hate this movie. It's better than the holiday special, but it's not super fantastic. But um, I didn't grow up with this movie. I watched this movie for the first time as an adult. Yeah, like if I was 5 years old, I would have loved this movie. So it's kind of a shame that I didn't know about this when I was younger because I would have loved it.
Wow. Well, that's pretty much the case with these movies. Yeah, would have enjoyed them as a kid, but as an adult, they're not. They're mostly harmless.
And that goes for the other Ewok movie and the Ewok TV show and droids. Like, I wish I would have known about them when I was younger because I would have liked to watch those. Those would have been pretty cool. So I'm probably gonna give this movie. I'll be generous and give it a 6 out of 10,
Wow, that is
just
generous.
because it's okay. But that's as far as I'm gonna give it. So yeah. Well, what did you think of?
All right. Okay. All right. Let's put on some music right now. Let's put on some of that. All right. I will be right back. So just talk amongst yourselves. All right, I'm back. All right. Okay. All right, let's look at the comments. Okay. All right.
Hey, I'm here.
What's up, Nazo?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, not much.
Yeah, I'll check out your Dawn of the Jedi videos later because that's I don't know why you started on such a stinker of a series, but I get it. You want to go chronological, I guess.
Well, I don't think I'll go full chronological with the comics. I think I'll just kind of go wherever.
To me, Dawn of the Jedi was like one of the lowest points that you could say because I'm like, and here's the interesting thing. I've done some of the other Star Wars, John Ostrander stuff that he's done. Like
Mhm. Yeah.
Legacy, the Republic stuff that he was involved with.
Yeah.
Even one of the TCW tie-in comics he did, Wind Raiders of Talaran, wasn't like nearly as bad to me as Dawn of the Jedi was.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, is out of here?
Hello, I'm Auditect.
All right.
Howdy.
Glad to be here. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
we
thank you for showing up.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, again, this is a grown man saying this. I love the Ewok movies. I watched them like recently, and I watched them on Disney Plus because I didn't have the DVDs. And after watching them, I'm like, okay, now I have to make the effort to
Yeah.
go out and buy the DVD because I want this. This is good.
I prefer the cartoon personally.
The cartoon's good. Personally, I prefer the comic book, especially the one you brought up, Shadow over Endor. That one, fantastic one.
I actually got to speak with the guy who made the music for season 2. Like the man, I think his name is Dr. Patrick Gleason. That's the guy. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he made the music for that and for Droids: The Great Heap. And I wanted to ask him, do you still have the music? Because I noticed that some of the music in Great Heap was used in Ewok season 2. And I didn't expect an answer because the man is like 90. And but no, he said he doesn't have it anymore, sadly. But I'm glad he replied.
Aww.
I'm surprised he replied because this guy is like 90 and he doesn't seem to have any plans to retire.
Maybe that's honestly because he doesn't have it anymore. Maybe that's why, or maybe I'm wrong. But like maybe because I remember I used to have the Droids DVD, and they had changed the music in that.
Well, I think that it has a different reason. I'm not sure what it is, but
Copyright, maybe.
I don't know because he doesn't have the. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to like not pay him money or something. I don't know. But I do know about the music being changed, and I don't know what the reason is.
Hmm.
But I think Disney Plus actually has the original Droids and Ewoks shows, but with their original backgrounds.
The original music audio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they do.
So obviously,
And
they
if you
still have-
can't afford Disney Plus, they're still free on YouTube. So
yeah. So yeah, the besides, that would imply they saved like the episodes without music, but not with music. Like that would true what you suggested, and people don't usually do that.
yeah, but yeah, and in relation to the Ewok film, like I said, I loved it. Like
Yeah.
I saw bizarrely, I saw parallels between that and like Lord of the Rings. So I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
I mean, there was an enchanted ring in that.
Oh yeah.
The one that turned Chiral into that raven, that real world non-Star Warsy raven. Who know? I'm surprised that so many real life animals live on Endor. Apparently, like horses, bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Yeah, someone told me while I was watching the film for the first time. It says, "Count how many real world animals are there." But you know, Dagobah also has like lizards and snakes.
That's true.
And there's a clone trooper named Warthog, which implies the existence of real life warthogs.
Well, it makes me wonder if, like, you have like your bizarre animals like Nerf and Bantha, but it makes me wonder if there's like just regular ones. Because have you guys ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Oh yeah, Bosco the bear. I
Yeah, there was that joke. You mean like his bear rabbit or his? Nope, just his pet bear. Weird.
Yeah. Also, that one healer lady had a normal cat. Mizuki, something like that.
Yeah, and I caught your reference there as it's something I didn't know about until later, but Morag and that other lady are technically witches from Dathomir.
Not Morag. Morag is a Tolga. Choral is a The Tolga are a pretty cool species. I want to see a Tolga Sith. But no, Morag isn't a Night Sister. Choral is a Night Sister.
Yeah.
And since, like, thanks to the Clone Wars, we know that the Night Sisters and Dathomirian Zabraks are somehow the same thing. That means Darth Maul's species first appeared in a spin-off film about Ewoks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Well, to be fair, most Iridonia or most Zabraks appear on Iridonia, but yeah, like for some reason there just happens to be this small division of Night Brothers, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, why is it just Zabrak? Because the Night Sisters aren't just all human.
I'm just curious how this works because, I mean, so apparently Darth Maul and Asajj Ventress are like the same species, but you never hear anybody refer to Asajj Ventress as a Zabrak. And that same show also introduces a female Iridonian Zabrak named Sugi, and she basically looks like a female Eve Koth, so...
Yeah.
Like this, I know sexual dimorphism, but this is going a bit far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, they were already establishing that people like Eve Koth back in the day were Zabrak and not... Because there's another species that has horns in it, but they only have, like, 4. I forgot what they're called.
You mean the Deveronians?
No, not the Deveronians. They have, like, 4 horns on their head.
Oh, then I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what they're called. I have to look it up.
Yeah. Also, Wilford Brimley was in Star Wars. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a diabetic, so I make the constant magic diabetes joke.
Yeah.
By the power of diabetes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to move on from watching videos to Mount Rushmore of Star Wars. And since you were here, what are your Mount Rushmores of Star Wars? Or your top 4 that are like character-wise?
I mean, we gotta agree Darth Vader has to be on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to suggest R2-D2, but I don't even know how that would work with him and not really having a neck. But yeah, I'm suggesting Darth Vader for one.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I probably would say Luke Skywalker.
I want to suggest Luke and Leia, but do I want everyone from the Mount Rushmore to be from the same family?
It's just
okay. I just looked up what the alien race is. It's Illumin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of them. I guess I'd have to see. Okay, how about Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan?
I think that's good.
Okay, that's two. So we've got prequel and original trilogy coverage, and yeah, I guess the other ones can be R2 and 3PO then.
Are we going purely by the movies, or are we counting the EU characters too?
If you want to do EU, you can do E EU.
Yes, EU has a lot of great characters, but enough to take the spot over some like movie characters. I'm not so sure.
For me, it depends. So, like, if I'm going to pick any of the film characters, I'm probably going to pick like the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan
Okay.
or Qui-Gon, one of those two, because they're like the wiser.
Okay.
Okay.
But I guess I'll do Qui-Gon just for the heck of it. So, like, as far as film characters, there's him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other three are definitely EU characters. Kyle Katarn, Booster Tarek, and then there's one other that I need to really think of. I gotta have at least one lady.
Mara Jade.
She's not one of my favorites, but it's not because I don't like her character, because she's a good character. But she's not one of my favorite. I'm talking about my personal Mount Rushmore. So it's like it's all favorites.
You know what? I've got my personal Mount Rushmore ready.
All right,
we
go
have Jackson, Waru,
Ooh.
Trud, and Bothell, and Mount Rushmore is actually Mount Sorrow.
Wait, what was the third one? Because I'm not sure I've heard of those characters.
Trud and Bothell, and they're two. They're like a duo from the Ewoks cartoon. And I'm surprised that they don't get brought up with the EU was so weird, because they're like these elephant anteater things in like what are they called? Bowler hats. And whenever they're on screen, you hear "Dance of the Little Swans," this real life classical music, and and they have silly accents, and their episode is just really bizarre and weird, even for the standards of the Ewoks cartoon.
I honestly haven't had a chance to watch every single episode of the Ewoks cartoon. I gotta get around to that.
Well, you better watch Milani the Warrior, because that's where they're from. And fun fact, that little music there that plays during them, that rendition of Dance of the Little Swan, was also taken from the Droids episode, The Great Heap. Because that's where they first made it for, and then it got reused in that. And I always love it when like a piece of music is written for one particular scene, but then reused in others. That's so. That's one thing I like about the episode.
All right. An interesting Mount Rushmore.
Just gotta figure out who my last one is. I might just do because she kind of I might just do oh, I know. Perfect. Tenel Kajo.
Okay. Can I ask
She's a
why
fantastic character.
why you're going with Booster?
Why am I going with Booster?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to curse on here?
I guess. Go ahead.
Because he's a crickety old bastard, and crickety old bastards are my favorite characters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I hope to one day be a crickety old bastard myself.
Okay. Cool. Well, since you've both given yours, I guess I'll do mine. Mine's probably going to be a little boring. Because I probably would do a Darth Vader. I'd put Luke. Obi-Wan's face would be half Alec Guinness and half Ewan McGregor.
Ooh,
And
clever.
then for the last character, I don't know.
This means your Vader has to be half Anakin Skywalker too.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh,
For the last character, I probably would go with. Oh, I don't know. Maybe
When in doubt, use Jar Jar.
Jar Jar Binks. I was probably going to go with Yoda.
Well, okay.
You know what? I would probably hollow out Booster's ear for like Pliff to live in.
Okay.
For those who know Pliff.
An interesting Mount Rushmore. But
So you had Vader, Luke, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar?
Yoda, not Jar Jar.
Oh, Yoda. Okay, for a second I'm like, did you have Jar Jar? Nothing wrong with Jar Jar, just like it's kind of a strange Mount Rushmore. You have like three serious faces, like Luke looking out into the sun, half and half, Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then just Jar Jar smiling
Yeah.
right in the middle of the Mount Rushmore.
Jar Jar can be on my round Rushmore. I think I might which one was the yellow one? I'll kick either Trud or Bartle, whichever the one with the bowler hat was. The one with the cylinder and the mustache. That was the one with the. Oh, wait, Trud was the sillier one. Yeah, we'll kick Trud. We know that Bartle was the true brain of the two, and we'll kick Jar Jar in his place.
Well, the smart thing is you can keep those two, but what we all do is we all erect a statue of Jar Jar in front of the Mount Rushmore doing a thumbs up.
Great idea.
Mhm.
Although there's always the Force Unleashed, you have the Jar Jar and Carbonite.
Yeah,
That's true.
makes me wonder what his Legends fate actually was.
It was never really elaborated on after Revenge of the Sith, which was interesting because you think there'd be plenty of people jumping on let's finally kill this stupid character badwag. I mean, not that I'm saying that like everybody should jump on that, but you feel like I think even in the company, there. I'm sorry, I'm thinking back to when I used to read like the letters in Legacy at the back of my comic issues, and someone wanted them like, I really hope you make Jar Jar so you can have some Sith cut him down, and he's like, that's not very nice. Like, how would you like it if someone cut down your golden retriever?
Mhm.
Let's be honest, there isn't a Sith powerful enough to cut down Jar Jar. He's a master of the dark side.
I mean,
Actually,
I'm pretty sure he's lived for thousands of years, done essence transfer.
Oh, yes. Here's a fun fact. Here's some obscure EU knowledge. There was an April Fool's joke where, for the Old Republic, that video game, they released a fake trailer that shows Jar Jar as a Sith Lord being announced for the game. I'll put it in the Discord later. It was from 2009, and somehow it didn't go viral.
Well, if I recall, in one of like the latest Disney Star Wars Lego things, they did make Darth Jar Jar an actual thing.
Yep.
He was one of many of the Sith that were like joining the one main character's brother. So I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's answer this. So, yeah.
Oh, my own question. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so favorite episode 1 tie-in, I'm gonna go with Darkness, because Wolfie Karko is an incredibly underrated villain. Favorite episode 2 tie-in, I'm guessing the original Clone Wars cartoon. Episode 3 tie-in, the Labyrinth of Evil, but the audio drama from Germany.
Okay.
For the original trilogy, I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna go with Till Tony Throws a Shape for episode 5.
It's a lot, and he throws a shave, yeah.
But, episode 4, I don't even know. I guess anything that had Orman Tag in it, because he's got the first orange lightsaber. And Return of the Jedi, good question. The Ewoks episode, Battle for the Sunstar, that one was unironically really good.
Okay. What about you, Nazo?
Oh, as far as tie-ins goes,
Mm-hmm.
I guess for the Phantom Menace is going to be the Ron Mars Darth Maul comic.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites. Most of my stuff are going to be comic books, so be prepared. Because
Okay.
I'm a bigger comic fan. I guess as far as Attack of the Clones tie-in, I guess I really enjoy, and I know not everybody likes it. I really enjoy the Approaching Storm.
Okay.
I've got the book. I haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please. Also,
Yeah,
looking
and then,
for this, I shared the Darth Binks clip.
Revenge
Obi-Wan
of the
dies in it.
Sith. Revenge of the Sith. Shoot. I guess maybe. I guess it's either going to be the Gendy series, the second volume, or it's this is tough. Obsession.
Oh, okay.
Both of those are really good.
I love how Plo Koon just randomly has his orange lightsaber back in Obsession.
That was funny. I didn't realize how far back the character of the Jedi named Bates goes.
Oh, Soon Bates.
Yeah.
He was also in Jedi Council Act of War, and
Yeah, no,
honestly,
I spotted that when I
character.
reread it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Master Bates has been around for a while.
I unironically love Master Soon Bates because through him I met my friend Chad Noss, who voiced the character when I dubbed Jedi Council Acts of War.
That's
And,
awesome, man.
He's like stuck around till the end of the show, and he was always so positive. He loved working for me and said it's always a highlight when he gets to be in one of my dubs. And later he voiced Master Zhao, and he said that's his favorite role he ever played.
Yo, he voiced Masters. Oh, he's
Yeah.
When I listen to these, he's definitely going to be my favorite then.
Oh,
Master, I haven't had an opportunity to listen to him yet, but Master Zhao has always been my favorite character from the Republic comics.
Well, I know a guy who made comic dubs in which the character appears. My friend Monica also said Zhao was her favorite character when she watched that, and that she was afraid he would die, and apparently that was the original plan. And I kind of wondered how he would have been killed off in darkness. Like, would Karko have killed him? Because I don't think anything lesser than Karko could have done the job.
Yeah, I mean,
gonna-
we're talking about a guy who flowed with the Force. My imagining is that it kind of would have gone how it went with Wolf Sazan, where he would have taken Karko with him, but he would have died in the process. It's like that type of Jedi that just embraces his fate when he knows it's time.
Maybe, I like Karko dying to Quinlan, though. And, I'm thinking they wouldn't have wanted to, like, stain Ayla's legacy by having her kill Zhao, because, they wanted her to be redeemable after it.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, okay, so Monica was afraid Zhao would be killed off in the story, but, yeah, she was glad that he wasn't, in the end. And Chad Noss said it's his favorite character he ever voiced in his voice acting career, so yeah, Zhao turned out to be pretty popular.
Oh yeah, no, but because he was such kind of like an underrated Jedi, the way his sort of philosophy was, I actually got to show him, because I guess nobody had told him much about the expanded universe, but I got to show him off when I brought my comics to Legacy Expo. I got to show him to Sean Stewart, and he's like, I love this. Because Sean was that type of guy who's kind of into that little bit of like the Taoist Buddhism type thing.
Yeah, actually, I've got a ship, but I'm not sure if you guys will approve of it.
What's the ship?
What is
Come
it?
on,
Okay, Zhao and Maz Kanata.
Maz
Because
Kanata. Oh, that's
Both are kind of wannabe Yodas, and Maz Kanata would be, that lightsaber used to belong to Anakin Skywalker, and Zhao would be like, oh, cool. Who's Anakin Skywalker?
I'm sorry, I don't get out much. Or I get out far too much and I can't see because I'm blind, Maz.
Kind of funny to think there is a Jedi who would have just never heard of him.
I feel like he would try to give Maz a soup, and like she'd be like, "This is awful," It's not the soup that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh,
I know. The soup reveals character.
Yeah. But when I say if you don't like my videos, it means you're a bad person, then suddenly I'm the bad guy.
Oh, that sucks.
All right, Nazo, did you say your favorite?
There's a
for,
helicopter
the
flying over,
original
sorry.
trilogy?
Oh, are you talking about as far as like tie-in material?
Yeah.
Okay, so tie-in material for A New Hope. Can it be before or after?
Whichever you want.
Because I'm trying to think. Like I said, it's going to be mostly comic books.
Oh.
I guess as far as tie-in for A New Hope, the Empire comic, sort of.
Okay.
I'm not going to stick to one specific arc because the whole series is fantastic. I guess as far as tie-in for Empire Strikes Back, I think I would go with Shadows of the Empire. And then for Return of the
The book or
Jedi,
the
I think
game?
I'm going to do... Wait, sorry, what?
The comic. The book,
Comic or the
game,
novel,
comic.
doesn't matter. They're both good.
Okay.
And as far as like tie-in for Return of the Jedi, probably Truce at Bakura.
Okay. That's not bad.
Huh.
Yeah. For me, well, I'm having a hard time thinking of something for the Phantom Menace because I haven't read any comics set around there.
Oh well,
so
if
I
you
can't
wanna,
say.
What about the novels then, or video
if you wanna
games?
if you wanna get into some Phantom Menace comic, I know a guy who dubs those.
In terms of novels, I would say the novelization, but it adds stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll just say that. Yeah, for Attack of the Clones, I think I'd go with Bounty Hunter. The game
I started that
where he
one
plays
too.
Jango Fett.
I started that one too, but I'm stuck on the Coruscant level. I don't know where to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it took me a while to get through the
I
game.
wish it had like
but-
one of those little maps like the Force Unleashed that tells you in which direction you have to go, because
but
I don't
map
think I
would be
have what it
nice.
takes to be the I don't think I have it what it takes to be the galaxy's best bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Wait, are you
it's
playing
fun.
Bounty Hunter right now?
Not actively. I got lost on Coruscant. I don't know where to go.
I think my friend got about as far as Malastare because he kept getting pounced on by Nexus.
Mm, yeah. For Revenge of the Sith, I'm going to go with the novelization because it's awesome.
You know
I think
what?
the only
Actually-
reason I don't count the novelizations is, again, this is just me. This is the only reason I don't count them. They're more like longer companion piece / adaptations of the film you're discussing. So
Yeah, that's true.
um,
But although Revenge of the Sith has a lot of stuff that isn't in the movie.
oh, I
That
know.
one adds-
I'm just saying that's just my reason why I don't count them.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're gonna count them, count them.
yeah.
Actually, I have another good thing to say about Revenge of another great tie-in: the video game.
Yeah.
Oh, the video game I have played is fantastic,
It is also
and I think it's actually built. The Force Unleashed is actually kind of built off of the engine that was kind of put forth there.
also in the German dub. Sindralik's voice actor, I forget his name, but it's the same guy who was Batman in the animated series, and he also voiced Ram Kota. And since the characters also kind of look alike, I guess Child Me kind of thought they. I didn't think they were the same character, since Sindralik dies, but it's hard not to connect the two.
Yeah, I mean they both kind of have that like classic, and that's kind of like the Jedi motif, which is like this classic samurai look.
Yes. I also just really like the color combination of white and green, even though that's not what Sindralic is supposed to look like.
I'm wondering if when they were writing Ramcoda, if they were initially envisioning Sindralic, and then like they realized halfway through production, like, oh wait, he died in the movie.
So yeah, Sindralic's voice actor from the Revenge of the Sith game, then later voiced Ramkota. You know who he didn't voice? Sindralic in the Clone Wars.
Wait, hold on. No, that's not the same voice actor, because the guy who voiced him in the Revenge of the Sith game was Tom Kane.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the German dub.
Oh, the German. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Actually,
Yeah,
you want to know what's frustrating about the German dub of the Revenge of the Sith game? We actually get almost all the voice actors from the movie, so that is Philip Morg as Obi-Wan and Vanya Gerik as Anakin. I think Dooku has a different actor, but Mace Windu has his correct voice actor. But since the movie wasn't dubbed yet, they're actually using the English audio in all the movie cutscenes, but the actual gameplay and the new cutscenes without film footage, they are dubbed into German. So you kind of have to get used to the game just suddenly switching to English if you're.
that must have been disorienting.
It was.
Shoot.
Especially since the game has the right actors at the disposal. Actually, I'm thinking Vader actually has the right voice act. Like, it wasn't the guy in the original trilogy, but Vader has the same voice actor in the game and the movie. And since the game was apparently dubbed first, kind of wonder if the movie then took inspiration from the game by casting Rainer Schöne.
Cool.
That is kind of interesting that they didn't do that with like the live action cutscenes. Like use the because I know they're probably able to do it with like the vocal software for like the maybe they couldn't because like they had different German voice actors lined up for like the official German dub when the film came out. Like it was like a licensing or right issue or something.
I don't think so. Maybe they just didn't have the film scenes without voices.
How about the 20 off the card?
Because it seems like an interesting disconnect that all of the the film scenes would have the English voice, but like the second you get to the video game cutscene, it's like straight into German. It's like
Yeah, but
that would be a bit disorienting.
If there's a cutscene that has like both like film scenes as well as video games, like one example I'm thinking of is the one where we see General Grievous from the movie like in battle, and then we switch to like Obi-Wan and Anakin like in the video game exiting the elevators. Like if that's part of the same cutscene, then the audio in the game footage stays English, but then it becomes German the moment the gameplay actually begins. Or like movie Sidious ordering the destruction of the Jedi, and then we get into the game like Jocasta Nu and Anakin talking. That's also.
I remember the gameplay just kind of starting abruptly in between the live action cutscenes.
Yeah, but like some cutscenes have both movie footage and game footage. And
yeah, some of them had that mix, but like some of them, like if it was purely a live action cutscene, it would literally just cut straight to the gameplay.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. The purely gameplay cutscenes were dubbed, but the ones that are like actually, I found something interesting in the game files. I was looking through the game files of the Nemoidian Brute, and he has some dialogue that suggests he is being mind-tricked. We can only fight him as Anakin after he goes to the dark side, so apparently at some point, maybe you could have fought him as a different character. Maybe it could have had like a Lego Star Wars like free play game where you can, I don't know, maybe go to Mustafar as a Jedi.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, like imagine wiping out the Jedi Temple as Mace Windu or something, or like fighting.
Oh, it's like a gameplay mechanic. You just pick a random Jedi character and then just start killing the rest of them.
Yeah, that's what this seems to suggest to me. Because why would the Nemoidian brute have mind tricked like dialogue if you can't ever actually fight him as someone who can use a mind trick?
Yeah,
This to me seems like there's a
it's possible they had that concept, but they just didn't go through with it. Like they do with most games. Like you have something in the files, but like you never actually implement it.
Yeah, something similar happened with the game X-Men Legends because there's some of Magneto's dialogue that suggests he's playable, like
Oh my god.
but you can actually, and that was from a scrapped phase of the game where he was supposed to be playable. And
Yeah.
yeah, could you imagine if the Revenge of the Sith game had like this free play mode where you can, I don't know, maybe hunt down General Grievous as Anakin, or
Well, I remember it having those side missions, so maybe that was initially supposed to be a free play mode, but they just didn't have like the time or budget for it.
you know,
Like they had,
I had another
like they had
idea
the
for-
initial concept for it basically, but they never got past like the file stage.
It kind of bothers me that most of those co-op missions always had Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I know there's like the one with I think like there's one with Sindralic and Sarah Kato, but that's the only ones I didn't need. Though both Yoda and Mace Windu are playable, and you can have them fight hordes of droids on Coruscant, like inspired by the 2003 Clone Wars, or maybe
Yeah.
have Count Dooku and General Grievous fight against clones
this.
together.
Or even a match where like it's clearly like training, just like the Gendy series, where you have Grievous and Dooku fighting.
Yeah, but I thought like a mission where you fight as them side by side.
Ah, I see. Except for the fact that we're like on two different areas when that happened. So, I mean, like, but then again, it is a game, so it's S tier, so you can do whatever you want. So, I actually kind of like that idea: Grievous and Dooku fighting a bunch of clones.
On
Like
the
staring
Mace
at-
Windu and Yoda fighting side by side because they're sadly not
Fighting
even
at the same time.
playable at the same playable in the same game mode. But
Well,
what would
I
be
think-
cool is-
I think a lot of those ideas weren't they recycled into the PS2/Wii version of Force Unleashed.
I think you're thinking of the PSP version, but I think that is. I think maybe. I don't know.
No, because the PSP version was the same as the PS2/Wii version, because the PS3/Xbox 360 version was like a more cinematic one.
Yeah,
whereas,
I think the PS2 one had the least modes, unfortunately.
Because I don't remember having that when I played, because I only played the PS3/360 version. A buddy of mine, he played the PS2/Wii version, and he said he got to like do side missions where he could like it was like kind of like a versus mode where he could play as like, you know, like he played as like Ayla fighting Grievous or something like that. It was more of a classic versus mode that you'd get like in the Revenge of the Sith game.
Yeah. You know, actually, I've been rewatching some footage from the Revenge of the Sith game because I thought of writing an action scene on top of an elevator in my book, and you know, that level of the video game stuck out to me.
Wait, which one?
The one on the elevator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
the elevator
you were playing that
sequence
game,
level,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I know it's in the movie too, but I think it's a bit more memorable in the game. And yeah, Walrus, you're playing that video game on your gaming channel right now, aren't you?
Those are old videos, but yes, I have
Oh.
played it.
But yeah,
Also,
I do recall that sequence being much longer.
I love Obi-Wan's quote at the end of it. Next time
What
we'll take
about-
the stairs.
Oh, that, I was thinking of we're about to become a little thinner.
That's clever because obviously it's a reference to the garbage chute, but it's not a ripoff of the garbage chute.
Well,
Yeah,
they did that one, and then of course the one in the second volume of the Gendy series was, "What an incredible smell you've discovered."
Okay, that's something you could put almost anywhere, but the a lot thinner, that was very clever.
Yeah, I do like that. The other one you mentioned though. Next time we're taking the stairs. I also love the one where they're fighting buzz droids in the engine area.
Yeah.
The fuel line. He's like, "Do you want this one, or should I take it? By all means, Anakin, help yourself."
Infinity and beyond.
This game had a lot of great sound bites.
Yeah.
I like the very last level where you play as Anakin on Mustafar and you kill Palpatine in the cutscene.
Just listen.
Oh yeah, the Revenge of the Sith mission.
Hmm.
There are none left to oppose us. The galaxy is ours
Not let her
now.
like it.
Ooh, that's a nice Nick Jameson Palpatine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, thanks.
Your new weapon, Lord Vader.
I got what's his name, Aaron Waters, to play the character on my channel though,
Yeah, but
and
be careful because you have to influence
like he played Darth Sidious, and most importantly, he played Bobo, the definitive version of the character.
Oh yes, Bobo. Dude, I gotta listen to your audios.
You do.
Stop me.
All right. Let's move on to the next section of the stream. Controversial Star Wars opinions.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do either of you have any?
Controversial. I mean, that depends. Controversial by the standards of the fandom itself, or just by this just by this the EU fandom. Because I don't think I'll be shocking anyone if I say TCW's constant retcons are kinda annoying. And
Oh my god! You gave her something? What?
okay, I guess a controversial EU opinion is that I'm actually not a very big fan of that four-part Darth Maul comic series that was mentioned earlier. I thought,
Oh, why is that?
you know, the art is gorgeous. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah,
And
no, it's Jander Sema, bro.
Yeah, I talked to Jander Sema, but
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. Excuse my
yeah,
language.
But about the Maul series, I think this it's
This is
4
Meow-
parts long,
This
and
is
I
meow
can't.
practice.
Okay, it's 4 parts long, but I can't mention one other thing that happened other than Darth Maul runs around and kills a lot of people. It's way too light on story, and also Quinlan Voss was in the room of Black Sun leaders. That's
Oh yeah, no,
Very
I think that was supposed to be a one of the Vigos that was his species.
yeah, but we see other Kefar in the comic Darkness, and they don't all look like that. And plus, it seems in character it's for something that Quinlan would do, since he's always undercover. And did Quinlan meet Darth Maul, and somehow that was never mentioned?
Maybe it was an idea they were floating around. They couldn't actually use Quinlan, so they just decided to let's have a guy who looks like him.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit too light on story, and I don't know, Maul running around and killing people, and
I get it. The reason why I like it is a lot of people think Darth Maul needs to be a complex character, like he needs to have, and as much as I enjoy Sam Witwer's performance, my core issue with the TCW Darth Maul is he never shuts up. Never.
Yeah, he goes
the
from
Darth
silent killer to mustache twirling villain monologue.
Yeah, no, the Darth Maul that we know from the Phantom Menace is more like Boba Fett in regards that he doesn't speak unless he has something important to say, and that's part of the reason why I love the Ron Mars Maul comic, is because for the most part he doesn't say anything unless there's worth saying.
My favorite part in the movie is when an Iktoch approaches Maul and says, "Aha, I'm gonna read your mind," and then he reads his mind and he says, "So evil," and he nosebleeds and freaking dies. I thought this was funny until I met people who are evil enough.
Yeah. No, like there's some people like you take one peek into their mind and you're like, because I remember
And then you know
when I was watching Babylon 5. Oh my god, what's her name? The Psychor lady peeked into this one killer's mind, and she was like absolutely disturbed by it. But
I wonder
yeah,
if
like
that's how it.
I get it. It's not very story heavy because it's meant to be a Maul mission. I like it because like the art is near flawless and it's exactly what I was expecting from a Maul series. He's not like talking up a storm like he does in TCW. He's like, first we must do this, and then we must do this.
And like, I think maybe it should have been like 1 or 2 issues, not 4, because it doesn't. Have
Yeah, it could have been shorter. I agree. I think at most you could have cut it down to 3 issues if you really like you said, like two or 3 would have done it.
Okay, I'm gonna be I guess I'm gonna get really controversial. I think I like the 2017 Maul comic just a little bit more. Because at least there's a few twists and turns since he's acting against Sidious's orders, and he's a bit more of a personal investment since he wants to kill a Jedi already. I also kind of like how there's cameos from, like, Gracchus the Hutt, even though I find it weird that Magna Guards would exist this early in the timeline.
Yeah, I have never read it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was.
Okay.
The one element that I did not like is that it tries to like make the Sith look like victims, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm sorry. I look at that and I just cringe internally. I'm like, no, they aren't victims. They're power-hungry sociopaths. That's their whole MO.
Yep.
I'm not gonna. I don't even know if I should bother with any of my controversial opinions because, like, I think they've already been heard a million times.
Share a couple, even if they're pretty common, just for fun.
All right. I am a staunch Kip Duran defender.
I don't know enough about Kip Duran.
I think Corran Horn, even though I like him growing up a little later, is a very overrated, very self-important, self-insert type of character who does not know anything about what it means to be a Jedi because he's a Corellian.
But Adigalia is a Corellian, and she's a great Jedi.
She was retconned into a different species later. But Adigalia also does not have an ego the size of a Death Star, so... which Corran Horn does. I think Mara Jade's a bit too aggressive. And speaking of Mara Jade, I am not a huge fan of how her and Luke got together in the Hand of Thrawn duology. I feel like after they got together, their romance is fantastic. Their chemistry is great. But that first thing, I'm like, I'm sorry, Zahn cannot write a good romance if this was one of his best efforts. Not that I'm saying it was, but yeah.
I'm not sure if this is controversial. I feel like people aren't aware of it enough to disagree on it, but I really like the episode 1 tie-in lightsaber colors a lot more, where Jedi could just have any color they want and there isn't a special meaning behind it.
In the comics.
Yeah, and it feels more consistent with like the Old Republic and the New Jedi Order, where we also see a bunch of purple and yellow sabers. So why would they just all go blue and green by the time of the Clone Wars?
Because George Lucas said most Jedi have blue and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then why not just
the red is bad guys? Again, it's because George Lucas said it. That's the only reason it changed.
Well,
red is for bad guys. Can I have purple?
But why
With,
still have but why still have those diverse colors like in other eras? So I feel like since it's already been established, I would have preferred it. That would have been the more colorful lightsabers would have stayed around in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
And yes, that also includes red lightsabers because since the Jedi have been extinct for 1,000 years or thought to be,
Yeah.
I guess that color would just lose its its association with the dark side.
Well, I can answer this question very simply, because George Lucas.
I
Yeah.
know, but
That's it.
it wasn't.
That's-
It wasn't
that's
a
me.
question. I was stating I liked it more. There was no question there.
Yeah, I get you. I'm messing with you, but that's the joke, is because George Lucas.
Yeah, please don't mess with me.
I want to say,
Oh, I'm sorry, bro, dude. I wasn't.
It's okay. It's okay. I've had a rough week. It's okay.
No, it's all right. I know you've gone through some rough times, and that's why I don't. But like me, dude, I'm a bit more lighthearted and goofy when I mess with people. It's never like mean spirited or anything. It's always like, hey, we're just joking around.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But I think Walrus wanted to say something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, sorry.
I wanted to talk on the red lightsabers with Jedi using them. I don't personally. I don't like that, just because red is the bad guys, in my opinion. But
Yeah, but both Luke and Leia had red lightsabers in the EU.
yeah, I know. But I don't.
That is true.
I
Leia,
don't like
especially.
that. Yeah, I remember getting to that part and seeing that Leia was using I think, is it described as ruby? Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Some
be
kind
fair,
of
Luke
red.
only has like a tiny red lightsaber.
So
Yeah.
that because the dark side is so small in him.
That's a good one, man.
I think that's the first time we ever see a short lightsaber.
Yeah. It's like a Shoto saber or something like that.
Did they ever
Yeah.
have like another shorter saber until like Evan Peel and Yaddle had that in Emissaries to Malastare? Because
I think so. Because again, Yaddle's Yoda's. We can't pull out a full branch, okay? You just have to pull out a little more.
There was that I think in what's it called, Dark Forces, that little guy with the orange lightsaber.
Oh yeah,
I think Palacios Crumbs
it's a Gork or Pick. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he had one too.
one, yeah. And apparently that one also used to belong to Yoda. So yeah, Yoda had a lightsaber long before Attack of the Clones, and it's orange apparently.
It made me sad that the apprentice line of Yoda dies in NJO. Because I really like that little guy.
Any other controversial opinions?
Controversial opinions. I guess I'm a big fan of the Phantom Menace, and that's controversial depending on what faction of the fandom you ask.
See,
but,
I don't get why that's controversial because The Phantom Menace is a pretty good film.
It is. I have this whole. I am not gonna waste your time now, but I have this whole speech plan on why it actually has one of the best movie climaxes I've ever seen. But maybe another time.
You should make a video on it.
Maybe I should. Yes.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I'm
My
not-
least favorite OT film is Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Mine's A New Hope.
the reason is simple, and it sounds dumb, but it's just kind of my reason for it. I like the Hoth battle, and I like everything involving Luke, Yoda, the training. I am
Mhm.
not a big fan of Han and Leia's romance.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
okay.
because
it's
it's
a bit-
bad, because it's very stereotypical.
Okay.
It also doesn't affect the plot in any way. I mean,
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
at least until they get kids. Oh, actually, this shouldn't be controversial, but Ki-Adi-Mundi did nothing wrong.
Well, duh.
Yeah. I watched that video. It was good.
I hope.
Are we
you're
talking about how TCW tried to portray him, or are we talking about how like
how the fandom tries to portray him.
Yeah.
There's a clickbait video that says he's a sociopath, and I and a friend called I Am Your Alibi, we made a video where we say, no, he didn't. No, he wasn't.
No, like a lot of people say say much worse about Mace Windu because one time he called Ahsoka a citizen in the current canon, and I'm like, yeah, he was right to do so. I'm like, and if you guys think Mace Windu was harsh, you would not have lasted 5 minutes under Master Brook Lamar.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
a lot of people's criticisms of Mace Windu hail from TCW, and honestly, I feel like this show was just written by people who don't like him.
Yeah.
What I like to pull up is Emissaries to Malastare, where he saves a beggar woman from an entire army of crooks, and he's he's very kind to her, helping her up and everything. And she turns out to be helpful later, but he didn't know it at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's also that, I forgot the name of it, but it's a really short Star Wars Tales thing where the parents that wanted their Jedi kid back hired Viana DeBao
Yes, it's
to
called Children of the
get
Force.
Yeah, Children of the Force, yeah. Anyway, they hired crap, am I losing connection? I think I'm losing it. Oh, wait, there we go. No, but anyway, they hired her to get the kid back, and Mace literally drops the kid at their doorstep and then erases the kid from the record. I'm like, he didn't have to do that.
Okay, I think there are two versions of that comic, because I think I remember seeing one version where what he deletes is a message from his own parents. But there's one version where he deletes, the kid from the records, and I think the second one makes a lot more sense. But you want to know why that comic makes me angry? Mace Windu is drawn with his episode 1 hilt, but it has a purple blade, and the EU cannot decide whether Mace Windu has had a blue lightsaber or whether it's been retconned. It's actually always purple.
They can't decide things to override the film. Yeah, I think they were trying to imply that Mace Windu had a purple lightsaber even back then.
Yeah, but
even though it was implied.
There are some articles that do say that he had 2 separate weapons and one of them had a blue blade.
Well, that wouldn't be too surprising. Maybe, honestly, maybe.
Yeah, but it can't both be true at the same time. He can't have had a blue lightsaber and also never had a blue lightsaber. I need to make a video on that.
My thought process is maybe a lot of those early sabers, and again, this is just me coming up with a fan theory. Maybe a lot of those earlier sabers were secondary sabers that they had to kind of retire because maybe they were some of their old master sabers, and everyone was going more to a streamlined blue and green look.
Yes, but it's got the hilt of the blue saber, but with a purple blade.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
no, I can see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, but imagine if Luke Skywalker showed up with the Graflex hilt, but with a green blade. That's the problem here.
Yeah, she's right over there. Yeah, she's tossing sticks over. Hold on one sec.
All right. I've got one that I don't know how controversial it is, but I prefer Jango Fett to Boba Fett.
Oh, I fully agree. One of them got defeated by a blind man, the other got defeated by the galaxy's most powerful Jedi Master. This shouldn't even be a contest.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that guy that got defeated by a blind man did make his way out of the Sarlacc pit twice, though.
Yeah, and he does. He goes on to do a lot of cool things in the EU, but
does Blood Time take place after the original trilogy?
The one thing I feel
it can't because Darth Vader is in it. It has to take place at least before Return of the Jedi.
Well, the one thing I know about the difference between Boba Fett and Jango Fett is that like Boba was more of like a feared reputation individual, while Jango was like he had a reputation, but he wasn't like so feared that no one wanted to challenge him.
Yeah.
With Boba, it was straight about like he overshadowed his own father's reputation
Yeah.
to like the point nobody even talks about him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You damn near charge people a fee just to talk to him.
You know, there's some alternate universe where Qui-Gon Jinn survives the events of Phantom Menace, and he's the one who goes to Kamino in Episode 2, and then he learns, "What? Boba Fett was born of a virgin father? Come on, you must be the chosen one."
All right, we got a few from comments from Andre. He says the special editions aren't as bad as people make them out to be. Thoughts on that one? Because I probably would agree that I don't think the special editions are as bad as, you know.
I think some of the CG is dated, but some of it was needed. Like for example, some of the CG in Mos Eisley, you can take one look at it and you're like, did they really need to add that? Not everything, of course. I like the buildings. I like the amount of people. I like people on speeder bikes, but like Ronto's walking right in front of the screen, or that Jawa poorly hanging. Yeah. However, the X-wings, the CGX, those look fantastic.
Yeah.
Some of these special edition changes were for the better, like changing out.
Absolutely.
To be more consistent with the.
They even made the Death Star explosion in A New Hope to match the explosion in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, cool.
Also, would it really be the same scene if Greedo had never said McClunky?
Like I honestly don't care if it's the Han shoot first or if he dodges. It does look a little awkward though.
Yeah.
With him just like kind of moving his neck.
Yeah, because it looks unnatural.
A smarter thing would have been if George had shot two versions of the scene, one where he fires, and then another one where Han literally dodges out of the way and fires from the side.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have that awkward neck move.
Here's how I would make the scene. Greedo fires the shot misses Han, it keeps ricocheting out of the wall, and then hits back into Greedo's face, and he dies.
I love that. That would have been funny. Han wouldn't even need to fire a shot. He's like it, and he's specifically positioned on like a wall he knew would do that. That would actually make it even better.
Next, we have a Santiago who says, the only way to save Star Wars is to destroy everything Lucas let Filoni do. In order to return the franchise to near full strength, we need to destroy what compromised the franchise's quality in the first place.
That's some villain dialogue right there.
Okay, by that logic, you need to destroy anything that contradicts what came even slightly before, and that includes titles like iJedi. Like, I may hate it, but it's still part of the EU. Because I think it even some of the Zahn stuff contradicts was previously established in the Bantam era, or tries to recontextualize it.
Yeah, you have to cut out so much if you want.
Like if you cut out, why stop with TCW? There's so much more you can cut out. And take away. I know a ton of people want to get rid of Dark Empire, even though I absolutely love that comic.
Yeah,
I'm like, might as well cut that out too. Might as well pretend that never happened.
I think one thing you can do is to say, okay, so the Clone Wars contradicted a bunch of stuff in the EU, and so that the two timelines are more diverse. We'll just say that the TCW isn't considered to be part of the EU anymore, and the original telling like how Adigalia died and how.
Yeah, I would
That's
cut it out.
true in the EU, but TCW still exists in the new canon because the new canon was kind of built around it.
Well, I would cut it out of the EU, but at the same time, let's say if people wanted to keep it as part of the EU, the only way I could see that happening if somebody relegated it to Comp Nor propaganda.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder what to do with stuff that I guess many comics would have to be looked at individually, like many of the TCW tie-ins, because I guess some could fit into the new canon, but there's stuff like Ayla Sakura and the Deadly Hands of Shotun, which barely has any TCW references, and it's actually
you keep stuff like that. I mentioned that there was stuff. I mentioned that there was stuff to other EU fans, like stuff that had the TCW title, like the Dark Horse comics.
Can I finish?
Sorry, man.
But Ayla the Deadly Hands of Shotun, that one actually is a pseudo sequel to Darkness. They keep referencing the events of that story, and I know. Ahsoka doesn't show up, like Captain Rex doesn't show up. This is only a Star Wars, the Clone Wars comic in name. Like that, in my opinion, is completely EU plausible.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. T Gamer says, I'm a pretty new follower and I have a quick question. What is y'all's favorite Star Wars Legends books? Who wants to go first?
Darth Plagueis. Like, unless I don't know if we're counting comics, but in terms of novels, I enjoy Darth Plagueis.
Classic.
That was weird.
Nazo?
Yeah, I think I lost connection there for a sec. Oh,
okay.
Am I here?
Yes.
Yeah, I lost connection there for a sec.
All right. What's your favorite Legends book or EU?
Wait, as far as like novel?
Yeah, this question.
It used to be Kenobi, but then I read Star by Star. So
okay. Those are both 10 out of 10s in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Plagueis has already been mentioned, and Kenobi and Star by Star. So I will say Darth Bane, Path of Destruction.
Legit.
Yep.
A friend of mine wanted to make a audio drama based on that, but in German. I was gonna voice Cordis.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I was also gonna voice that one mean guy I think his name was Gerd. I was voicing him too, and some Nemoidian in that bar. But
you were gonna voice Gorshik and Gerd.
Yeah, and Cordis. But that kind of never took off. That project. It didn't really take off. So that's a shame.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. The Minsky terrorist says, the pre-1999 Star Wars setting typified by the Thrawn books and Tales of the Jedi comics was more coherent and interesting than the one created by the prequels.
I can't say much about that because it doesn't seem like competition to me. Like, they can coexist alongside each other. So
to me that feels kind of like a hot take, like a very hot take.
I mean, it's not like saying the Thrawn trilogy is more consistent than the sequels, because there is a bit of they can't exist in the same way. So which one do we take? I don't know. I just see those settings that the Minsky terrorist mentions all as part of the same universe.
I mean, like if I'm gonna choose, like, for example, if I choose like a comic era, I'm probably gonna be a bigger fan of like the Clone Wars stuff than I'm gonna be. Not that the OT stuff is bad, but the Clone Wars stuff is in a different tier.
Yeah.
Like stuff in the Bantam, like that New Republic.
Mm-hmm.
So like they both kind of have like their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. Have you read the Callista trilogy? As much as it's been made fun of, I kind of like some aspects of the trilogy, like Darksaber, which is one of my favorite Star Wars books.
I haven't read it.
I've read it, and not a huge fan of it. I'll leave it at that. Darksaber's probably the best of the three, but yeah. Have you read it, Nazo? Oh.
I'm ashamed to admit, but when I hear Darksaber, my mind goes to the black lightsaber that Vizsla had.
Okay, I'm back. I lost connection there for a second.
All right. Have you read the Callista trilogy?
Who, me or in general? All of us.
You. We were discussing it while you were having
Yes.
your...
I have a love-hate relationship. Well, not hate, but love. Just like, for example, I like 2 out of the 3 books.
Which 2?
I like Children of the Jedi and Darksaber.
Okay.
Planet of
Alright.
the Twilight, it kind of makes sense because it feels like it just feels like Callista was like kind of being rushed out, like forced out.
Yeah.
Because that weird fandom mentality, Luke has to end up with Mara Jade or nobody.
Yeah. Well, I like Beldorian in Planet of Twilight. I thought he was kind of cool.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's probably the only positive.
I kind of feel like when it comes to Planet of Twilight, it's like good ideas but not executed 100% very well.
Yeah, but I'm also not a huge fan of Callista because I don't like how she like transfers her consciousness into a new body. I don't know, that's weird to me.
For me, it's not that weird, especially considering Star Wars can get very weird.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've read The Crystal Star, you know.
Yeah, Waru.
the interdimensional sentient meat cube is what I call him.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather reread Crystal Star than Planet of Twilight or Children of the Jedi. So I didn't find that one as bad as most people say.
It wasn't bad. I just thought it was weird that the author went out of their way to call Leia Lilila constantly in that book. To me, that was the weirdest part of the book. I'm like, not all the other stuff, but like for me, the weirdest part of the book was like, Lilila. I'm like, you know her name is Leia, right? You're the author. You're writing this.
Yeah. Favorite EU video games? Who wants to go first?
I don't know if Jedi Power Battles counts as EU since it's like a non-canonical movie retelling. I'm guessing I go Force Unleashed.
Okay. Nazo?
Either Jedi Outcast or Knights of the Old Republic 2, but only with the restored
The mod
content
thing?
mod because I can't play it the other way anymore after trying it.
Okay. Well, out of what I've played, I would say probably KOTOR. I liked that. I thought it was fun.
The original.
Yeah, I haven't played KOTOR 2 yet, so
Well, if you can help it, try and get it on PC and then download the restored content mod.
yeah, that's what everyone says.
I haven't played KOTOR 2 either, but I know the music quite well because it's reused in the Revenge of the Sith game.
Oh yeah, like a friend of mine, I think he's gonna start like a podcast with Mark Risky.
Oh, I should check into that. I love Mark Risky. Also, I haven't played KOTOR 1, but what's his name? Robert Angali, that's one of the editors for Crate Dragon Films, sent me some Crate Dragon sounds from that game, so I could use it for the Crate Dragon in Outlander.
Ooh. Misa like this.
Yeah, well, just wait till you watch the actual video.
I really like Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy. Those are both good.
No, those are both fantastic. Jedi Academy is less story driven, more like fun gameplay, let's be a Jedi type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Jedi Outcast is a traditional, like, I don't want to say hero's journey, but more like an amazing redemption story.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like Kyle Katarn a lot because of it.
And a lot of people don't notice when the key moment in the game is. It's in Bespin. In particular, when he has the chance to either kill or spare Tavion, he chooses to spare her.
Yes.
He chooses to. That was like the moment when his trajectory and path started to change.
Mm-hmm. Favorite EU game is KOTOR. I also like KOTOR background music. Yeah, KOTOR is a favorite among many. Is that the book where Luke falls in love with the computer? AI girlfriends.
I was joking with a friend of mine because we watch an old show called Code Lyoko, and I'm like, you can't really be a fan of Jeremy and Ilida if you're not a fan of Luke and Callista, and that bugged him a bit.
Did you see that other EU question I posted there?
Yeah, I'm getting
Which
to it.
one? I don't think I saw it.
Background music.
Favorite EU background music?
The film scores don't count.
Oh, jeez. Just for like in general listening to.
I don't know. Anything really.
Because I think the majority is like for me is the KOTOR 2 soundtrack.
Oh, that's a good choice. I love that one.
Because like I grew up with a lot of those scores playing the game for years. And also just like when I had the game on like Xbox, like regular Xbox. So anytime I played it, I would unlock the soundtrack and I would listen to it there.
I like
Gamer London. I'm trying to get into NJO. I have read EU books in order: Heir of the Empire to Shield of Lies. Should I read Carillion Trilogy, Hand of Thrawn duology before? Yes, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
I would also recommend Kevin J. Anderson's Young Jedi Knights books. Those
Okay.
you should never skip those. Those are fantastic.
Okay.
Would you say it's the best thing that Kevin J. Anderson has written?
As far as like his EU stuff,
Yes.
if we're doing novels, then yes, Young Jedi Knights, in my opinion, is his best. If we're doing comics, then for me, it's got to be Tales of the Jedi.
Okay.
That's his best stuff.
But yeah, as for
that-
EU music,
oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna ask that.
Oh, okay. For the EU music, I probably would go with the theme from Bounty Hunter, or or the Republic Commando Vode On. I like that too.
Ooh, that
Is it-
music is fantastic.
Hmm.
Is it cheating if I say Aura's song? If that is, then I guess I'm going Force Unleashed too.
Okay.
Andres is asking me, how's your NJO read through going through? I took a bit of a break because I was listening to some other stuff. I need to finish Rebel Stand so I can do a stream discussing that because I'm already past Rebel Dream.
I'm over halfway through Rebel Dream right now.
Oh shoot! Maybe if I finish Rebel Stand, I can wait for you and you can we can discuss the book.
Yeah.
I know I have Alex wanting to discuss. He wants me to do Traitor so we can discuss that at some point.
Oh, okay. All right. We got Young Jedi Knights is great, and that's a fact.
I've tried to read Young Jedi Knights, but they're so hard to find a reasonable price. Context, I'm finished. What about the New Rebellion? New Rebellion is also quite good. It reads like a Kevin J. Anderson book, but it's not one of his.
It's one of the better like later half New Republic era books, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, like as far as the Bantam era goes, the only EU books I wasn't the biggest fan of was Planet of Twilight, Crystal Star, the Corellian trilogy, and I, Jedi, obviously.
Oh, I agree with
I liked or at least enjoyed the rest of them.
Yeah. I agree with you, all except I, Jedi. I like that book. I thought about giving that book a 10 out of 10.
You're one of those people. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm not a huge fan of the Academy trilogy.
I prefer it because I feel like Kip Duran gets a bad rap. And I feel like Tim Zahn and Michael Stackpole knew that and kind of took advantage of that.
I enjoyed
peak. Oh no!
I enjoyed Kip Duran in the trilogy, but then the ending I wasn't.
Well, did you think he got off too easy?
A little.
By that logic, so did Luke after Dark Empire, and Mara Jade after years of working for the Emperor.
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, people get uncomfortable when I point out these levels of hypocrisy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I haven't got around to Dark Empire yet, but
favorite EU comic dubs. Well, I'm looking forward to looking at yours, Auditech, so don't worry. You'll probably end up being my favorite because you, unlike most, no offense, I think people, they do voiced work when they go over it. I'm pretty sure yours is going to be like, well, it seems like you put a lot of effort and quality into your stuff, so.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it?
From the ones I've watched, I've enjoyed them. They're great.
Oh. Thank you.
I think that's why you haven't released as much, because you don't always have either the time or the budget or the.
I haven't released any recently because I dubbed all the ones I wanted to.
Oh, so you can take requests now.
No.
Because boy, do I have some requests for you.
You haven't even watched them yet.
Oh, I'm planning on it, and if I like what I hear, I'm probably gonna bug you in like a Discord DM. Go, oh, you should do this one, and you should do this one, and do this one, and this one.
Speaking of books, what do you think about the little book series like Jedi Apprentice, Galaxy of Fear, Junior Jedi Knights, Rebel Force, etc.?
A lot of those are fantastic, except I wasn't a huge fan of the Kid Boba Fett ones. Jedi Apprentice, Jedi Quest, Last of the Jedi, great book series. Galaxy of Fear, amazing. Junior Jedi Knights is not as good as Young Jedi Knights, but still pretty good.
I've only read the Boba Fett ones, so I can only speak to those ones. And I read them when I was a youngster, so it's been a long time.
Yes, they did, Andres. They did share an actor. That's because it was John Seigan who voiced Luke and Dash Rendar before his untimely passing. I think, what was it, 2008, 2009? He also voiced Canderous / Mandalore in the KOTOR games, so.
You're also gonna love how Palpatine's Dark Empire actor still voiced him in like the Phantom Menace games and the Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, they had Nick Jameson for years, and then all of a sudden, like Sam Witwer comes on and goes, "I could do a better Palpatine," and then suddenly Nick Jameson, nobody brings him in anymore, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do the next controversial opinion,
Yes.
which was Kian Vandenberg. Dave Filoni is an idiot, and the Clone Wars is overrated.
I agree
Is that
with
a-
the Clone Wars being underrated, but I don't want to insult anyone. Writing
Yeah,
that
I mean,
is
like,
very difficult.
Dave
Writing-
Filoni, from what I've come to understand, is a bit more of a loose storyteller.
I
Like,
think-
he doesn't care
I think
as much about continuity and stuff like that.
Oh no,
I think he just cares about the wrong things. I mean, and as I said, writing a battle, like especially a really big one, is just really difficult. I've done it a couple times. It's not easy coming up with all the strategies for both sides, and you know,
Mhm.
having them be competent and not like deliberately writing one faction wanting to lose. Yeah, I agree that the Clone Wars is very overrated, though. It's like the first thing that people think of after the movies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I really enjoyed them first time I watched them. But after I started looking into like the Dark Horse comics,
Yeah,
that's
because
the
that
real
was
Clone Wars.
kind of my first comparison. I'm like, these are better. It's like you guys ever seen that clip from Community where Ron Swanson offers a hamburger and then the other guy, I forgot, the one that John Stamos or whatever plays, offers like a turkey burger and everyone thinks the hamburger is better, even him.
Yeah.
He takes one bite. This is better, and that's kind of how I was when I read like the Dark Horse comics as
Yeah.
compared to the TCW. It was like, instantly, this is better.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the way I felt, but it's with the books instead of the comics. Because once you start learning more about the Mandalorians prior to TCW, and you just realize they're very different. There's a huge difference. And
Well, and I think I've made this point before. It's one of the reasons why I dislike the Children of the Watch from the Mandalorian TV show. Their
Oh,
whole
yeah.
logic is if your helmet is removed, you're no longer Mandalorian. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, well, what if your entire clan gets captured and your armor gets forcibly removed? Well, I guess there's no real Mandalorians anymore.
Yeah, that's a very that's a strangely strict rule, especially doesn't Prey Vizsla take off his helmet a bunch of times in TCW?
Yeah, but he wasn't one of the members of the Children of the Watch. They give off the indication that the Children of the Watch are like this particular sect of Mandalorians that think their way is the true way, and I think
Yeah.
to myself, no, you're just idiots,
yeah. What about
or you're
books
way
by-
too strict.
Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi, Swarmore. Also, which one do you prefer reading, hardcover, paperback, or listening to an audiobook?
I'm lazy, so I listen to like a friend gave me a bunch of the EU ebooks for like dirt cheap, like practically nothing, and so I just listen to it in like a regular e-reader that works offline. So like even if I'm in a place where there's like an internet dead zone, I can still listen to it and be like, yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah. I would say only do audiobooks if they are unabridged. Don't bother with abridged versions.
I would do abridged if you have like very little patience.
Yeah, but they cut out so much stuff.
Oh, tell me about it. But honestly, abridged was actually kind of my first step when it came to like going through Star Wars books, and then I started doing unabridged, and I'm like, yeah, if I love the abridged version, why wouldn't I love the unabridged? Because although when I listened to the abridged of Rogue Planet, I thought that was just okay. When I listened to the unabridged of Rogue Planet, I'm like, when is this book gonna fucking end? That was like one of the ones where I'm like, oh no, this is still
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, it's a shame that the New Jedi Order audiobooks are abridged and not unabridged.
I think they're working for the eventual release of Unabridged with their Essential Legends stuff.
Are they going to do them for Essential Legends? They're taking their sweet time on that.
Yeah, they're doing most of like the mainline books.
Yeah,
Like the stuff, like they can't do, like, for example, they can't do Republic Commando, and I think they would rather. Somebody at Lucasfilm seems to have like a real hate boner for Kevin J. Anderson. So like,
Yeah,
there's no
because
way
they
any of
his
his stuff is gonna. Yeah, there's no way any of his stuff is ever gonna make Unabridged.
yeah,
But I think eventually, like after they go through like some of like more Bantam era stuff. Because they've gone through most of the Old Republic at this point for audiobooks, as well as like
yeah,
the classic prequel essential stuff.
yeah.
There might because they are doing 2 new prequel ones coming out. We're getting Cloak of Deception and Labyrinth of Evil unabridged.
James Luceno.
Yeah, both James Luceno. So we're getting those soon.
Yeah.
But I think NJO is they'll get to it eventually. They'll actually start releasing those.
Well,
And I'm going to say this completely with the ELCs. If they don't use the Japanese cover art, then whatever cover art they're going to use is trash.
probably.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
asking
asking-
a lot of questions. That's okay. But what do you think about the Essential Legends collection books? And are they going to release NJO?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see what I think about Essential Legends. Most of the covers suck, but I think it's good that they're reprinting EU stuff. So it's a little bit of good and a little bit of bad. That's what I would say.
I think the one downside that I've seen in the ELCs is that they take out the special thanks.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
in a lot of the ELC covers, I've heard that they take out like authors saying stuff like like special thanks to all these people who helped with the getting me some of the lore. Special thanks
Yeah.
to George Lucas himself. Special thanks to
Yeah.
like my wife and kids, my brother,
Yeah.
blah, like that sort of stuff.
Just leave that in there. It's more effort to take that out than to just leave it in.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense. So yeah. And with
Yeah, I've got
NJO, well,
something- I've got
hopefully
something
they
say
get to
about
it,
the
I
next-
guess.
Sorry?
Go ahead, Autotect.
I have something to say about the next hot take once we get there.
Oh. Well, then let's get there. The Minsky terrorist says people that weren't even born yet and have never used a VHS tape shouldn't be lecturing anyone about how the prequels were received at the time, positively or negatively.
Okay, so Minsky terrorist, when did you talk to my younger sibling?
Do they have a similar opinion to this commenter?
No, they are the ones who, I think I said this before, they're in team sequels good, prequels bad, and they talk a lot about how the prequels were received, even though they were born in 2003.
Yeah.
I mean, like I remember most of the, at least in my version, most of the hate I ever heard from the prequels was like schoolyard kids parroting like critics or something,
Yeah.
or like parroting their parents who didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
Most of the kids that I knew were like, "Yeah, it wasn't too bad."
Yeah, that's the same for me. Most of the people that I knew that watched it or cared about Star Wars, they enjoyed the prequels.
Like I prefer the OT myself because it's very much a classic story, but like I appreciate the prequels, despite acknowledging whatever flaws they might have.
Mm-hmm.
And there does seem to be a specific story or narrative there that is 110% completely absent in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And
At
it's because the way they're written, the sequels are meant to exist for a particular time period,
Mhm.
whereas the stuff that George Lucas did is timeless.
I agree with that. Yeah. And the prequels, they're different than the originals. It doesn't tell the exact same story, unlike the sequel trilogy.
That's
Kinda.
George made that like kind of like Amanda. He's like, I want to do something different with each film.
Yeah, that makes more sense than just basically redoing things done previously.
You gotta love how they had stuff like an underwater city or like a chase on with a giant wheel that just has never happened before in Star Wars. Or the fight scene in the huge factory, even though that was in Droids. I have to appreciate how many new action scenes there were, how much creativity went into everything. I don't know. I see the next comment is a bit critical towards the prequels and special editions.
Yes,
Yeah, I
we'll
mean,
get there.
okay, let me handle this one. Some people being mean to Lucas are at best, and Jake Lloyd does not mean the special editions or prequels are good. That is correct. Good thing they were good anyway.
Yeah,
Because I agree with it to the extent of, yeah, I don't like the sequels, but come on, you really gotta buy like 100 Rose Tico figures and destroy them all? Like, come on, you're taking it too far. But, yeah, do not
Yeah.
approve of the hate that John Boyega or Kelly Tran unfairly got, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I like the film. So I agree with
Yeah.
it to that.
Well, yeah, like you can dislike a character, but when it turns into like legit real world harassment,
Minsky
Like, that's-
Ferris has a lot of stuff to say about the prequels. My goodness.
I know.
like, well, here's the thing: like, any complaints I have about a particular story, I don't really point those complaints at, like, say, any particular character or performance.
hmm
I typically point the problem at the writing. I'm like, oh, this character wasn't illustrated very well because the person who wrote it did not illustrate it very well.
Yeah,
That's
to
not
be
entirely.
fair,
Yeah.
they did bring up Lucas, who is responsible for the writing, and yeah, like my sibling is also in that. You know, it's not Jake Lloyd's fault that the writing was horrible. I'm like, how about you don't harass anybody? Even
Well,
if the
I'm not
writing
even
is
talking
terrible.
about harassing writers. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
yeah, that wasn't the best. You could have done You could have done better there. Like, that's not harassing. That's just saying, you could have done better. Like even with like the worst type of writer, I still would not wish like a death threat on them or anything like that, because that's just insane.
Yeah. And I feel like most people, if they have any issues with Jar Jar Binks or any character, it's with the character, not the actor.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go online and call him names and harass him and stuff like that, because who wants to do that? Who has time to do that and
Well,
waste their time with that?
A majority of the criticism against Jar Jar was like the critics.
Yeah.
They perceived him as a racist caricature. I'm like, no, he's a goofy lizard rabbit that was made by a man to
Yeah.
entertain kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're seeing some sort of deeper racial thing, maybe you kind of need to examine yourself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's read this comment. What do they got against Kevin J. Anderson? It's BS. They wouldn't make unabridged audiobook for Jedi Academy because then there would be a gap for listening to the post Return of the Jedi era.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. And even like when I've mentioned it to Matt Wilkins, he's like, somebody over there does not like him.
Yeah, because I feel like
And sorry, go ahead.
I feel like by this point there should have been at least one Kevin J. Anderson book in the Essential Legends collection by now. It's been going for what, 5-6 years now. Surely at least one of his books should have come out by now, but nope.
Well, the things that I've heard about Kevin and his wife make me realize that he's just kind of like a self-made man. Like he doesn't really go through like the usual. Like he does go through the system, but he's kind of like George Lucas in the sense that like everything he does is his own. You know, he doesn't have to go through. He doesn't always necessarily have to go through like a major publisher because he and his wife started a publishing company where they could like help struggling up and coming writers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That like most of the bigger publishers would like completely ignore.
Yeah.
Either that or just somebody just does not like him, and I don't know why.
George Lucas cooked with the prequels. Hail to
He
the
did.
maker.
I agree with Anderson. Lucas got too much hate. At least Lucas had brains to keep the slapstick comedy and stupidity to a single character and not the whole trilogy like sequels. Yeah, it did. There were times, especially in The Last Jedi, you can pick it up where like things seem a little too modern Marvel humorish.
Yeah, like what's
like-
with all the like come on, leave Finn out of this. Like don't reduce him to the guy who walks around in the funny water suit. Like that guy had such a strong story, like in episode 7, and then you reduce him to the comic relief character who does nothing but scream Rey. Like, come on.
Yeah. And like I think they say Rose had nothing to do in that movie. I think Finn literally had nothing to do in by the Rise of Skywalker.
What's the point of putting Rose in the movie? She doesn't. We didn't need Rose in the movie. They go on that pointless side quest.
A side quest, by the way, which could have been completely avoided, and like nobody could have discovered if Holdo had just explained the plan to Poe.
You gotta love how they're like, there's just one hacker in the galaxy who can help you, and then they see him, but they get taken to prison, and then like in the prison there's another guy who can just do that exact same thing they need.
Yep. All right, I remember you, Walrus, like Darth Bane books, but what do you think about the other Old Republic books? Lost Tribe of the Sith, etc. Lost Tribe of the Sith, I enjoyed.
He's talking about that short story collection.
Yep, it's good. The Revan book, 2/3 of it was fantastic. The ending sucked. Let's see, Deceived. The Malgus stuff is awesome. Fatal Alliance is garbage, and Annihilation is a fun kind of spy sneaking around story. So I enjoyed that. Red Harvest, if you count that as Old Republic, was okay, I guess. Not my favorite. Death
I like
Troopers
it better than Death Troopers.
Oh, I prefer Death Troopers to it. And then Knight Errant, if you want to count that in that. I like the premise of the Sith warring groups, factions, but I think the main character in that book is boring.
Yep.
So that's my thoughts on those.
Kara Holtz, a character that can take any interesting idea and make it uninteresting.
Yeah. Didn't some fans make a whole documentary about hating George Lucas? There's also the South Park episode 2.
No, I don't watch South Park.
I always laugh at that South Park episode because they make George Lucas and Steven Spielberg out to be like rapists.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
why
even
I don't
kidding.
watch South Park.
I'm not even kidding. They actually copy Deliverance at one point, and they like give like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg like Southern missing buck teeth. Get him, Lucas.
I think there is a documentary about something along the lines of the George Lucas. Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the people versus George Lucas. And
Yeah.
what's ironic is when it came around for like Disney to, like them to do Disney, they were too scared to make it because they were afraid of getting sued.
Mm.
So you know exactly where their principles lie there.
Yep.
They knew George was too nice of a guy to sue anybody.
Yeah. Agree with you. Lucas got too much hate. At least Lucas had brains to keep the slapstick on. Oh yeah, we already got to that.
I guess
All
we
right,
can we can go back to your hot takes here.
let's see. We got
We just read the Minsky terrorists, people being mean to you.
the
So
Mr.
second one-
Zirak. Yuzon Vong are not nearly as bad as people make them look. And by that, I mean they are not product of edgelords inbreeding. They aren't tame, but they are well balanced considering all the stuff like Searook, soul trapping, and Sith spawn. Most mainstream fans just act like all Vongs are single culture species without any nuances. They think they are plainly OP and edgy, and that's all to them, and all that because YouTubers don't cover Vongs thoroughly. Also, if they appeared in TCW the way they were planned to be, it'd be funny to witness how Disney would deal with them. But them suddenly being around during Clone Wars and them not being forced pariahs would just reduce their lore and arc in NJO.
I have just read one invasion comic. I don't know enough about the Yu Zhang Vong. I've only got something to say for the comment after that. Actually, the comment after the one after that.
All right. Nazo, do you have anything to say?
My thoughts on that hot take, yeah, he is technically correct because even though the majority of the Vong that you encounter in these books, at least as far as I've gotten, have been like, you know, the power-hungry zealots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones that are like, you know, like we want to conquer the galaxy for our gods and kill people. Like the cracks are starting to show even in their sort of thing because there's also Vong that like take hope in Jedi.
Yeah.
So you can see where the cracks are starting to. So there is a bit of nuance to the Vong people that not a lot of people really like to talk about or focus on. And what the Vong do is no different from like any other like particular religious alien that have like their own culture and choose their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the stuff that the Vong did, it's kind of an echo of what we already kind of saw in the Bantam era with the Yaventha in the Black Fleet Crisis.
Yeah.
Where they kind of sacrificed their underlings for like glory or whatever.
Yeah.
So the seeds were already kind of there for something interesting, different, and dynamic compared to the typical, oh, it's the Empire and the Sith again.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you have to change up the formula a little, otherwise it gets stale.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I would have been bored if it was the Empire coming back again in NJO.
Here's a factor that I never really thought about before until I like re-examined it. The Empire actually, at least in the expanded universe, never officially surrendered to the Rebellion or the New Republic. They signed a peace treaty. I mean, they changed so that they were less of the oppressive bad guys that people knew from history, but like they never actually officially surrendered.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Congrats on 3 years. Thank you, T-Fine. And then we have great reading tips from you. 2 important last questions left before I have to leave. Do you like the Han Lando books? And what about Dark Forces trilogy? I've read the Han stuff. I read the first Lando, and I didn't finish because I didn't enjoy the Lando. The Han ones are okay. So Dark Forces trilogy, I haven't read that.
Dark Forces trilogy, those are short but good. As far as the AC Crispin Han Solo books, those are fantastic. The Brian Daly ones, I liked 2 out of the 3.
I assumed this was just referring to the Brian Daly ones.
Oh, if it's just referring to the Brian Daly, then I liked 2 out of the 3. The one that was just kind of okay was Han Solo at Star's End, and as for the Lando Calrissian, I love those ones. They're so weird and bizarre. They're like right up my alley of like goofy, weird things.
I like Vufi Raw.
Vufi Raw is great.
Yeah. All right, let's continue with the controversial opinions. We got lots of Minsky still. Minsky says many people project their real-life hostility towards religion on the prequel Jedi and fundamentally don't understand the concept of asceticism. They use pop psychology concepts like repression to justify what happened with Anakin and make comments supporting the Jedi genocide, kidnapping children, brainwashing, etc. Anakin could have left the Jedi at any time if he really wanted to.
They say like many people don't understand the concept of asceticism. Like, ask a random person on the street what that means, and if they perfectly understand it, you know. But like from everything else, yeah, I guess that the Jedi didn't really kidnap children or brainwash. Yeah, people shouldn't. Like, I don't agree with most of the stuff this user says, but yeah, here I think they're right.
Yeah.
In a sense, I agree, but like it's also like sort of an indulgence thing. Like, for example, like Anakin wanted to, he wanted to fall in love with Padme, be the best Jedi ever that everybody loved. Keep his ego while still being a hero. And I'm like, like, I'm sorry, like, you cannot always have your cake and eat it too. That is not how it works for some individuals. He could not spend time as a warrior monk in a monastery and visit his mom, whom he pretty much decided to, because he had 9 good years with his mom before he wasn't allowed to see her anymore. And because of that, he kind of had an emotional disconnect because he didn't grow up among the Jedi. And that's why he felt what they would say emotionally repressed. And I'm like, and the dude does have a point. Anakin could have left the Jedi at any time.
He could have.
Yeah, he probably should have.
Yeah.
And like, if you wanted to get married, if you wanted to leave, I'm sorry you can't have your cool superpowers while getting married, but because you are an emotionally unstable wreck who, when the Force is involved, you can literally fly off the handle and murder 50 people.
Yeah. Or a bunch of kids.
Yeah. Or a bunch of kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the Force amplifies emotions to the umpteenth degree. And that's not always something you can control. I'm sorry. It's not the Force is like, because a lot of people tried to apply, I can use cool, lightning powers, blah, like the Force itself is not gray. It's good. It's like the definition of like good and evil magic. If you use good magic, you're more likely to have like a normal, healthy, selfless mindset. Whereas if you use evil magic, it's going to corrupt you from the inside you're going to be angry, irrational, fearful, and hateful.
Mhm. Yep. All right. Next, Filoni material is all slop, and the Zoomers that make the prequels their personality have bad opinions about everything. Clone Wars material has no stakes, since you already know what happens to all the main characters. So
Well,
this person is
actually,
against prequels in general.
Yeah, actually, I am a Zoomer who made the prequels my full personality, and I have actually very good opinions on everything, so take that.
I think he's more complaining about Filoni's stuff and how it like recontextualized. And because it's recontextualized, people are like, "Oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread." I'm like, "No, it recontextualized the original intent." Anakin is not an emotionally stable individual. Okay, he has separation anxiety from like not being able to see his mom for over a decade, and so you're going to. I believe the exact term was like you're going to grant this emotionally unstable guy not only the power of knighthood right away, but also put him in charge of a 14-year-old kid in the middle of a war.
I also disagree with prequels have no stakes because you know what happens to all the main characters. Because the question isn't always what's gonna happen, but sometimes it's how is it gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the prequels do answer those types of questions. So
I'm still not sure there's an answer as far as like in the current canon on how Anakin actually got his scar over his eye. Like obviously the EU has, the comic panel of Ventress slicing him across the eye.
Yeah, that's from Dreadnoughts of Rendili, right?
Yeah, which by the way, bravo! I love some of the artwork Dersema did, especially that cover. That's chilling, man.
Yeah. I think I told you I talked to Jan Dersema because when I was dubbing the comic Darkness, I noticed that there were those like circles, like in the swamp, those glowing circles, and I thought, what are those? I thought those meant to be like alien fireflies or something. What sound effect do I need to put here? I had to know that because I do have a firefly sound, but maybe it's supposed to be something else. So I wrote to Jan Dersema and I was like, all right, Jan, I've seen those circles. Tell me what they are. With that and no other context. And, thankfully, she explained me that those are supposed to be fireflies or firefly-like aliens. And there was a sound file for that in Lego Star Wars, so I used that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. I believe this is the last from Minsky Terrorist. Attack of the Clones ruined the entire series by changing the Jedi, removing the concept of Jedi families, and making them into morons. The clone plot is total nonsense. More broadly, balance to the Force was a terrible, misleading phrase that led to countless bad ideas like Grey Jedi, or the concept that light side equals no emotion and dark side equals emotion, and you need them to be equal. I could rant about this stuff for hours if I had my own channel.
There's so much wrong here, my goodness. Okay, so
yeah,
Jedi families still exist because Plo Koon's uncle and niece were a Jedi, even though, they didn't have Jedi children. Making them into morons. No explanation given. I can't. That's just the clone plot is total nonsense.
And
again, not explained.
About the whole light side having no emotion. No, you still have emotion when you're on the light side. You just learn to control it like a normal person rather than being an irrational idiot.
You just learn discipline.
Let me finish, please. Balance to the Force was already in Episode 1. Grey Jedi were a thing before Episode 2. They're mentioned in the Stark Hyperspace War. And I could rant about this stuff for hours if I had my own channel. You do have your own channel! You're commenting right now!
Yeah.
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 From what I understand, the legit version of Grey Jedi is just supposed to be like someone who doesn't necessarily listen to the wisdom of the council, but they're still beholden to the light side of the Force.
But I think that being called a Grey Jedi is a weird
Yeah,
application.
they're a lot more Grey Jedi than we thought. Like,
Yeah.
Quinlan Voss, Anakin, the Dark Woman.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon,
yeah.
all Grey Jedi.
Yeah, there should just be a different phrase for that, because Grey Jedi implies that they're gray in their morality.
Grey Jedi implies that sometimes they would agree with the Jedi, but a lot of times they would agree with the Sith too. And whenever we see a character who's like a Grey Jedi, they're very much, at least on friendly terms with the Jedi and against the Sith. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
All right.
the Wikipedia entry for the Grey Jedi actually makes it look like they show up a lot more in the EU than you'd think, because Tyvoka says, "Oh, some people suspect Qui-Gon may be a Grey Jedi," and apparently they took that literally and listed every appearance of Qui-Gon as an appearance of a Grey Jedi. And, yeah, so Attack of the Clones inspiring the idea of a Grey Jedi is just objectively, provably wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what was it? The clone idea. I'm like, the clone idea is not a bad idea. Keep in mind the at least again, if we go by what the original EU had intended, they didn't find out that the clones were created by the Sith until like near the end of the war. Like the and not even like not the close to the beginning. I'm not even talking about TCW. I'm talking about in like Labyrinth of Evil.
Mm-hmm.
I think Grey Jedi was first said in the Republic comics. Mostly meant as Jedi who disagreed with the Council but still followed the light side of the Force, like Qui-Gon and Jolee Bindo. That's exactly what there's. But I do agree the term Grey Jedi does sound a little,
I think the Grey Jedi are mostly like a roleplay game mechanic, and the only in-universe mention is by Tyvoka when he suspects Qui-Gon might possibly be one. But even then, we don't get a lot of objective information out of that statement.
A better term would be something like a Maverick Jedi.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We can call them the Mav Jed.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a bit hypocritical that a lot of the people who complain about Grey Jedi don't seem to have a problem with Ahsoka Tano, even though she's like a Grey Jedi in all but name, and like in Rebels and all that?
Yeah.
So you're saying she's a Mav Jed?
Yes, but she's so poorly written, I'm calling her a Grey Jedi.
Oh.
Honestly, one thing I felt like I wanted to be done to kind of solve the issue is like after Dave Filoni's show had come and gone, someone wrote a novel about Ahsoka that was like what she was actually like, and then everything else was just Comp North propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like maybe she was with Obi-Wan and Anakin for like a provisional basis, but it was like 2 months, and then she died.
Yeah. Dave Filoni wouldn't let that happen.
Oh, Ahsoka Tano is not gonna die. Like, she's gonna live to see humans evolve into an entirely different species.
I've seen
uncle,
people actually think it's a good idea she becomes some sort of Force goddess, and I'm like,
No.
Well, don't worry. That's actually gonna happen. You see, my
Yeah.
uncle works at Lucasfilm, and he's working on Dave Filoni's secret new project. It's gonna take place millions of years after the Star Wars movies. And like humans and Rhodians and Trandoshians and all the species have evolved into entirely new species, and Ahsoka is going to be in it, and it's going to be called Star Wars Legacy.
oh.
Hooray. Can't wait. More Ahsoka. Casual Chris says Dawn of the Jedi should be deleted. Revan got character assassinated by the third act of his novel and the MMO. The light side is overrated. Star Wars needs more Sith that don't focus on the galaxy as a whole, but rather trying to evolve a section of the galaxy, like the Hutt space. Gives more realism, in my opinion.
I can't really say much about Revan because I haven't even played KOTOR, but isn't Revan's personality whatever the player character's personality is?
Well, it's typically for the game, yeah, but like if they're, I think they're talking about the novel.
Yeah, but how can they character assassinate him if his character is whatever the player wants him to be?
That's true. But yeah, third act of his novel, yeah, that's what he was. But about what he said, Dawn of the Jedi should be deleted. I don't agree it should be deleted. I just agree that it's bad.
You can ignore it. It can just stay there and be ignored. You don't need to erase it off the slate.
Well, you just chalk it up to a bad idea. It's still part of the story, but it was like, okay, there's a reason we're not going to proceed with this anymore. That's one thing I did like about EU. Anytime they made a mistake, they didn't like remove it. They're just like, oh, it's part of the story.
Yeah, they
did trial and error.
Too.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
Like the entire reason the Stark Hyperspace War even exists is because they wanted to cover up for a timeline problem. Do you guys know that story?
No, I don't. You'll have to.
Okay. So there was an old source book, like around the time Episode 1 came out, and it said Plo Koon at the time of the Plo Koon fought in the Hyperspace War alongside Qui-Gon Jinn, but the Hyperspace War would have been thousands of years before. So you can do a couple of things. You can say, yeah, that's a mistake. Just ignore that. You can say, you can maybe like take that statement out, or you could say, oh no, we were totally referring to that other hyperspace war. So
we weren't talking about the Great Hyperspace War. We were talking about the Stark Hyperspace War.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. John Ostrander, Davide Fabiri, why don't you come up with something? Come up with a new war.
Well, so this guy has an entire cartel of outer rim businessmen, and they don't like where things are going, so they're going to start a war.
And then the comic actually opens up a whole new plot hole because in the movie, Newt Gunray says he's never been along with a Jedi before, and in the comic he meets several Jedi, and then on the very last page of the story, they save themselves, and they're like, oh no, we totally he just refuses to speak of the events because he's just so ashamed of everything that happened.
Have you ever encountered a Jedi Knight? Well, no, but I don't. He never really elaborated after that.
Apparently, he didn't just meet a Jedi. He met the same Jedi that were on his ship that day.
All right.
My favorite part about I wouldn't say my favorite, but one part I really like about the Hyperspace War is that in the movies or Cloak of Deception, or anytime we see Valorum, he's this very professional man. He doesn't show that much personality, but he's a politician. You don't expect him to. But in the Hyperspace War, he and Tarkin are always fighting like small children. But yeah, Hyperspace War is one of the comics I dubbed. It was a very fun one.
Yeah. Any other controversial opinions?
I think we got ours out of the way, and then
Yeah.
I think I already listed all of mine.
hmm I don't really have much, I think.
Okay, I've got some that I don't think anyone here will disagree with. Okay. Ahsoka Tano is bad enough to be a sequel character.
Yeah.
yeah.
anymore.
Return of the Jedi kind of feels like two movies stitched together.
Because of the Jabba the Hutt and then the Endor thing.
Yeah, and they don't really like flow into each other. Like the Endor thing doesn't feel like a consequence of the Jabba the Hutt thing. It almost feels like one of those movies that's just a bunch of TV episodes like edited together.
I think it would have felt more interconnected had Boba Fett not fallen into the Sarlacc pit.
Now you want Boba Fett on Endor?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now they probably would have, killed him. They probably would have killed him off, or have him run away or something like that, so that he lives to fight another day.
Eaten by Ewoks.
Or mauled by Ewoks.
Is that better than falling in the Sarlacc pit?
They still
Well, a
found a way to bring it back.
more consummate thing probably would have been like his jetpack gets damaged, so he can't really fly away, and then he gets in a fight with Han, gets pushed down a pit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of left to your interpretation if he died or not.
Han isn't even blind anymore in the Endor section.
Yeah.
Not even that carries over.
Well, that's why I introduced the concept of Boba Fett, because that could have carried over better. So there was a purpose. There's this showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Despite that issue, I still like Return of the Jedi best of the films.
Okay.
Of all 6, or just the original trilogy?
All 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Mine's Revenge of the Sith.
I'm a big fan of Phantom Menace. That's my favorite one.
I get that. Phantom Menace is a lot more underrated than people give it credit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Attack
just
of the
says
Clones
Attack
is
of the Clones is peak.
So I assume that's his favorite.
Yeah. Apparently, his favorite is 4, A New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Nazo's an Ewok fan. Huh? Yeah, I am. I love Ewoks. They're adorable.
Just that. Phantom Menace. Saw a video that explains that the clones, from a certain point of view, redeem Boba Fett in a sort of way, since they literally kill the Jedi and Boba Fett is part of them.
Sort of, I guess, except Boba is more independent from them.
Redeem Boba Fett in a sort of way. How does killing Jedi redeem Boba Fett? I don't know. Confused. What do you think is the best way to watch Star Wars? Heard something called the Machete Order. Oh yeah.
Machete Order, yeah, that's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, then 6.
Yep. I've never watched it that way. Have either of you watched it that way?
No. I watched the originals when I was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched the prequels growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I think cutting out Phantom Menace is kind of dumb. You wouldn't know why Newt Gunray wants Padme dead in episode 2.
Yeah.
Kind of the
So,
inciting incident.
Yeah, so growing up, I just watched 1 through 6 like a normal person because
Yep.
I had already seen the movie, so there's no reason for me to go, oh my gosh, Darth Vader is Luke's father plot twist? Because I got that answer when I watched the OT as a kid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I watched them the prequels first, then the original trilogy. Well, it probably was 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then Revenge of the Sith, because that's when they were coming out. And I didn't watch the original trilogy till the DVD release in 2004. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and finally 6. Yep, that's the machete order. Nazo is an Ewok, or is an Ewok fan. Well, there has to be Ewok fans out there. My favorite is actually Return of the Jedi. Second favorite and favorite of the prequels would be The Phantom Menace. I like all the movies, though. Yep, they're all pretty good. But you have to have a favorite.
Oh yeah. And anytime there's like a particular like series of something, you have to have at least one favorite that you're like, oh yeah, I love this movie.
All right, I'll hurry and answer this question. Yes, and yes. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me on this celebratory live stream?
Yes, how's it feel to be a tuber for 3 years?
The same as it's been. It's not that different.
What goals do you have for this channel?
Let's see. Some goals for this year would be, well, I'm going to, I'm going to play through KOTOR and review that. But this time I'll do a dark side playthrough for something different. So there's that. Yeah, I've got I wrote a Star Wars fan fiction, and
sweet.
I'm going to make it an audio drama out of it.
Oh, cool. You need voice actors?
I'm still thinking if I want to do it all or if I'm going to have some other people help and do voices. I don't know.
A YouTuber I know actually did that. Well, he ended up using AI voices half the time because I don't think he has as many people available. It's the
Star Wars
called
fan
Cassius.
animations? Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's the Star Wars fan fiction he wrote and did an audio of the story. He voiced some of the characters too. So, but it's called Cassius.
Mine's about Masamita. It's part of the Tales of the Opera fan fiction project on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was fun to delve into Shagrians and Shambhala and all that stuff, and Masamita as a character.
He is
So-
indeed.
Yeah, so that'll come out sometime this year, which I'm excited. In terms of goals for the channel, well, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now in terms of goals. Yeah, just continue to grow and improve the channel. So,
If you hit 1,000, are you gonna do like some sort of like celebratory stream?
yeah, I'll do something.
All right.
It might not necessarily be a live stream, but there will be some kind of celebration.
About every actor who portrayed R2-D2.
Okay, that would be an interesting video. So yeah, and this year I'm going to try and grow my other two channels, since I want to do some other things as well.
Okay, what games are you gonna play on the gaming one?
Since the new Lego Batman is coming out this year, there will be some Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3
That's
stuff on the
sweet.
channel.
I hope Killmonger is in this one. It won't be the same without him.
Yeah. I'll probably play a little bit of Skyrim stuff because Skyrim's fun. Yeah, there's just going to be some random games. What else? I'm on the. I don't know. Well, there'll be more Star Wars, probably Star Wars Starfighter. I think I'll play on the channel, and then Shadows of the Empire, probably.
Ooh. I am hoping at least after your first playthrough that you'll do a live play for the Mass Effect trilogy, though.
Hmm. Well, maybe it's fun.
It can, well, I mean, it can be. It doesn't have to be now, or it could be down the line, just for the heck of it.
Yeah. Well, it's probably got some similarities to KOTOR, where you could choose different paths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
so
yours is a bit more like it's not like becoming an evil Sith Lord versus
Yeah.
being a good Jedi. It's like you're either a good guy who always does the right thing, or an ends justify the means guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I could play one different. Well, I'm probably going to play the guy that's like I'm a good guy. I follow the rules type, because well, that's kind of how I play games, just in general.
I get you.
So, but yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Today on the gaming channel, I uploaded a Donkey Kong 64 video.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, there's going to just be all sorts of stuff on the channel, I think. Yeah, so there might be some stuff that, later down the line, if they come out this year, I might play some of those games. But yeah, it's kind of just whatever I feel like playing at the time on that channel right now. So it's pretty fun. As for the pop culture channel, yeah, I'm just making videos. I'm gonna review every MCU movie in preparation for Doomsday. So that's a huge task. There's a lot now.
Good luck.
I know.
The only reason I recommended Dispatch is because that's, as far as video games go, that's popular culture.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since and here's one of the funniest things I learned about it. So the game hasn't even been out for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been out for 2-3 months now.
Yeah.
James Gunn is already looking at making a TV show adaptation of it.
I think you should focus on DC stuff first.
I don't know if that's still gonna go with
yeah.
the potential.
What do you think
Netflix.
of the Superman movie?
I haven't watched it, and I have my reasons for not.
I thought it was all right.
I'd say it's okay. Not the best movie you're gonna ever see. A little underwhelming for a introduction to a new DC universe thing.
A new universe that might not happen now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, we're over 3 hours for this stream, so yeah. Anything else you have pressing? Any questions or anything like that?
Other than wanting to finish Rebel Stand and seeing if you'd be up for doing a live stream discussing it. No, nothing.
Yeah, if it all lines up, yeah, I'm not opposed to doing a live stream discussing that. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I get through Tales of the Jedi, I will do a live stream discussing Tales of the Jedi. So,
if you do, please invite me to that because I would love to discuss that. Tales is my third favorite EU comic. So,
yeah.
What are the first two?
Legacy and KOTOR.
None of my stuff. You hate me.
No, No.
I
If it
have
makes
read
you feel
Tales.
any better, Republic is my number 6. Oh no, wait. It's
What's 4 and 5 then?
the comic version of the Thrawn trilogy and
Okay.
Obsession.
Oh,
Okay.
Obsession's a really good one.
Just give us your top 10 at this point.
My top 10. Oh, that's very simple. So number 1, Legacy. Number 2, KOTOR. Number 3, Tales of the Jedi. Number 4, comic version of the Thrawn trilogy. Number 5, Obsession. Number 6, Republic / Jedi, because I consider those both the same series. Number 7, Empire and Rebellion. Again, I consider those two the same series.
Mhm.
Wait, which one was I on?
7.
Number 7.
Which
Did I
is
say
the
what number? Yeah, number 7 was Empire. Okay. Number 8 is Agent of the Empire.
Okay.
Number 9 is Shadows of the Empire.
hmm
And then number 10 is the Darth Maul comic.
Which is the
Alright.
comic where Darth Vader plays chess with an octopus?
That would be Devil Worlds.
I
That's
just
the
love- I love how you immediately knew I didn't make that one up.
No, I know what you're talking about. Dude, I told you, like, I'm as much as I love the novels, I'm a huger fan of the comic books.
Yeah, same here actually. I'm more of a.
Where's
comic
the adaptation of that comic?
book. I
It's
didn't know we should.
there's no adaptation of that comic yet. Which again, after I check out some of Auditech's audios, I'm gonna have to ask him. So, where's the adaptation of this? Where's this? Where's the?
And I'm gonna say, well, how much are you willing to pay for it?
Oh
Thank
shit!
you,
I'm broke.
Andre. Where is Dawn of the Jedi comic placed? The bottom, probably.
I don't even think Dawn of the Jedi's on the list.
Oh, doesn't even have the honor of getting ranked.
Auditech is like a bouncer for which ones he does.
Who else would be?
You're like, nope, sorry, not on the list. Not Dawn of the Jedi.
I haven't read it, but hey, it can't be too bad if it's by Joan Ostrander.
You know what? I said that too until I read it.
Oh dear.
Because again, I loved most of Ostrander's other work, and I'm like, why is this one so bad?
Yeah. Have you read Auditect? Have you read anything relating to Dawn of the Jedi, like the book or the short
no,
story?
I think my timeline actually begins at what's it called, Tales of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. Just leave it that way. You're not missing out on anything if you don't read it.
I mean, it technically it does tie into the Republic comic series, but only
is it that stupid quad door, that Infinity Gate?
Yes.
That's like the worst part of Republic, though.
I mean, I would argue there's other parts that might be worse, but
I know that's the one I skipped. That's the one I skipped.
Okay, then you're not missing anything. You're good.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good then. You're not missing much. I mean, you get to see a little bit of the early Rakatan Empire, but that's it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's reading just for that.
If you're curious about the Rakatan Empire, then I guess you could read it.
Play KOTOR.
Just you're gonna get confused when you find out about the Force Saber.
I've actually got KOTOR installed already. I haven't played it yet.
It's fun.
I know you know what I'm talking about though, Walrus, when I say the Force Sabers.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also my comic dub of Jedi Council War Part 1 is almost at 10,000 views, so if you want a...
Based.
yeah, just
Isn't that
saying,
your
maybe...
first one?
Yeah, that was my first one, and maybe you guys could help me get there a little faster.
I'll be absolutely.
How
Well,
close are you?
if I can, what I can do is once I watch one, I can just like share it to like a social media platform that I have.
One I thought of doing is What They Called Me. That's a comic I thought of maybe dubbing.
Oh my gosh, that
And,
one.
You know, yep, and the
Yes.
guy in the comic, the guy in the comic has
That
to sound like the guy in the.
I
comic has to
haven't read
sound-
many Star Wars tales, but I remember that one.
Yeah, and the guy in that comic has to sound like Donald Trump.
That's what they called me. 'Cause that's what they called me.
Yeah.
How long do those dubs take you to make?
About 2 months.
Oh, okay.
But some longer, depending on how long the actors take to. Other people take like years between dubs, so mine are actually on the quicker side.
All right. Well, we're at 3.5 hours, so I think it should be wrap up. Yeah. So, you guys want to, are you well, we'll do it this way. Auditect, are you working on anything in terms of YouTube that people
Not in
could?
terms of. I'm working on my own book series right now. I found some active readers, and we'll have a reading session tomorrow. So
Okay.
I'll try to have everything prepared by then.
Cool.
Nice.
Nazo, do you have anything upcoming on YouTube that you would like to?
I
sure?
I have things recorded, but I really need to like edit them and put them together. It's for my Mass Effect chronology series.
Okay.
They're short, dumb little videos where I just discuss like particular stuff during the timeline, but that's about it. But
Okay.
that's roughly what I got going on right now.
Where can the people find you? If they
As far as like my stuff, like
yeah, your YouTube or whatever.
it's pretty much anytime you see my name, you can just like type it in and find me. I have like a Garrus Vicarian PFP for my YouTube channel, so it's not hard to find. You just type in all one word, pretty much what you see right now.
All right. Auditect, where can the people find you?
On my YouTube channel, just type Auditect. I am also on Discord and on Tumblr.
All
I
right.
didn't know we could discuss other social media. Yeah, I am also on Discord and Twitter and Instagram for some reason.
All right. Thank you to both of you for popping on and chatting.
Thank you for making it for 3 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to everyone commenting and who shared their hot takes and comments and all that. And yeah.
The real question is, where's the comic adaptation of Jedi Prince? You know what? You're going to have to take it up with Lucasfilm and the Davids. So.
Yep. All right. I guess. All right. Thank you for watching and all that and commenting. And see you in the next live stream.
Goodbye.
Later, gents.